Hello, everyone. We are back with the afternoon session, and look what Murph's Turf did for us. She is making sense out of all the shenanigans, and I took off my brand because I wanted you guys to see the little lizard that we did. Lizard appreciation. So, case summary, because we were all a bit confused and flitteritated about this whole case. William Bill Zielinski is 46 years old, and he is the defendant. That is a rough 46 years. That man looks like he's about 72 and a beanbag. So 10/15 of 2020, the theft and break-in with items more than 27K. Now, so 10/19 was the day of the shooting. 10/20, Zelensky was arrested and booked at 1:43 AM. 10/21, the complaint was filed, arrested, and initial appearance held without bond. This is all making so much more sense. Everything needs to be in PowerPoint, or maybe this is slides. Look, y'all, I don't know. I have sent an invite to Jamie. Hopefully, I sent it right this time. We never know. Okay, so 6/16/2023 jury selection and 6/19/2023 first day of testimony. Timothy E. Hogan is the defense attorney for the defense, obviously. Oh my gosh. It could very well be. Veronica Isherwood is the prosecuting attorney, and the judge, with possibly a hairpiece, is Raymond Huber. Okay, so the key players, so we can get this all straight. Bill is the defendant. He is the one that done shot someone. April Zielinski was his wife, so he was really married to her. She filed for divorce 9/20/21, which means there was an entire year of him stepping out. Riley J. Manente was 18 years old, and he was the decedent, so he was the guy that is no longer alive. Tiffany Powell was 37 years old, the defendant's mother, or the decedent's mother, and the defendant's girlfriend. Make better choices, you guys. Mountain Dew, just make better choices. Rowan Zielinski is a minor and the defendant's son. So, okay. And then the unknown minor is the decedent's brother. It could be man. Well, that could be right. And apparently this Mackenzie chick contacted Bill and/or Tiffany about the robbery. Yeah, Murph's Turf did all these little cards so we know what's going on. Now, I'm still kind of confused because there's a
I've
lot of
seen that, and I'm like, who is the coolest person on earth?
I know, and she even made a little lizard on top here. It's awesome. Okay. So the alleged incident, the Powell told the police Zelensky received information that her son was the one stealing the reptiles. Now, wouldn't you, if you were the girlfriend and you knew your son was, wouldn't you tell your son, like, "Sir, stop it"?
Yeah.
But this does not seem like it does not seem like anyone stopped to, get into the zip code of logic and not go into jail on this, and they were all in catch a case highway. So Zelensky set out to confront the victim. Powell said they spotted her son walking on the sidewalk and stopped to confront him. Of all the of Walmarty things, you do not stop your car on the side of the road to go yell it. We need whiteboards, I'm telling you. So I saw this one on Marketplace that was like the kind in the office where it has the cabinets and they swing out and it's a cork board for $25, and Miss Ramo said I could not have it because we are not saving something in a garage for a year and a half until he gets my office made. Just like he doesn't even love me anymore. Can't buy all the junk stored in his garage, getting his place all messy. Yeah, I can only imagine, like, "Sir, where did you put my boa constrictor?" God. Okay, so Pal stated that her son took off his shirt and wanted to fight Zelensky.
Okay.
Now, he was not a small man from what I've seen. See if Court TV. Oh, they're just talking to each other. Let me pause it so we can go back when we're done with the 'cause it looks like they're doing a whole fluff piece that might explain it a little better, or maybe not. But so he took off his shirt and he's like, "It's demon hour, apparently." Apparently, Dominique's right, like, you just go if we've learned anything from Florida, you take off your shirt when you're going to go talk to someone because that's how things go. So Zelensky grabbed his gun from his vehicle and shot him, just shot him according to the complaint. Now, the testimony at 6/19/2023, April was married for 15 years and aware of the defendant's relationship. Mr. Zelensky didn't hide the relationship. It was well known. What a douche. Like, imagine having to go to Walmart and hear everyone talking about your husband and your side Pete, and it like, "Sir." Miss Powell rented an apartment from Mr. and Mrs. Zielinski attached to the pet stores, Wild Bill's Pet Exotics. I don't understand why they didn't say this was the Wild Bill trial, because
You
Lord
know,
knows I
so
would.
much better.
So then there was the theft of the animals from the shed and vehicle sometime on the evening of 10/14/2020. The morning or afternoon of 10/15/2020, thereabouts, they don't quite know. Zelensky and Powell went to look before 9:30 PM, Rowan's bedtime, didn't witness the defendant with a gun based on defendant had received. It's when you have defendant and decedent, and I'm always trying to make sure I'm not gonna say the wrong one. When Bill and April received a tip about who had stolen the animals, they also informed one of the handguns had been stolen or sold. The handguns were taken at the same time of the animal theft. Okay. It seems like a one-stop shop for, you know, if he sold fireworks too, people would never leave. "You got snakes, fireworks, and tequila and boobies? We're here." So, yeah, basically, I'm glad she's condensed what April said because I couldn't pay attention to April to save my life.
No.
Okay, so then this is the one that we kinda popped in and out on because they were continually telling Oh, no, you're fine. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm reading defendant and decedent because I'm already a little confused, so it makes perfect sense. I just it makes perfect sense if you can read and contain things. I'm telling you, he has a animal zoo and a jerky shop. Yeah, so the unknown minor who's the decedent's brother and the decedent's brother is not Rowan. Okay, so Rowan is the son of April and Wild Bill. That's what was throwing me off.
Yeah.
So Bill gave April a shotgun and told her that if anyone came to the house to use it, uh, the decedent's brother didn't go with Bill or Tiffany to find Riley. Bill said he would tase and handcuff Riley. He carried a taser and handcuffs regular as you do. Riley didn't have a driver's license or any insurance, so, the the minor was at Bill's house the evening Riley was shot. He recalled Bill and Tiffany receiving a call from Mackenzie. I don't know who Mackenzie is, and no one does know either. Bill gave Yeah, so it's basically this case is all the shenanigans. So let's start with the court TV. They're gonna do a little bit of the old, monologuing, but we figure we can let them talk a bit to in case anyone's new here, they can kind of explain it in a less Oh, thank you. No, thank you so much. I was in the middle. I basically took the lunch break and made macaroni and cheese and um all the things for the boys and my husband, who apparently put in an all new dishwasher and that the drain hose is cracked, and he's about ready to use holy fire on it. He's like, "If I ever try to do this again without help, you tell me to call a plumber." I was like, I believe I got a dirty look when I brought up, "Should the plumber be doing this?"
God.
And then I was told by other male people with dangly bits to just be in awe and tell you you're very macho. So I don't know what to tell you. I
I
was like,
I learn the hard way when I do that stuff all the time.
I know.
To
He
call a
said he,
professional.
so he sat down and he was just all upset. And I said, "Well, would it make you feel any better if I said I just married you for your body?" And he said, "Thanks, dear. I appreciate it. But no, not really."
Yep.
It's like, then I'm out of all ideas.
And I don't know what to tell you.
I was like, I have to go on stream, so Nicholas's cure for everything is not going to work today.
You'll hear Riley yell, "Put the gun down and fight like a man."
A tragic accident caused when Riley grabbed the shotgun from Bill and tried to pull it at himself away from Bill.
Oh, since this is a federal holiday and my husband's already home and can drive people, if they say the words havoc or you betcha, I'm going straight into day drinking. So that's just keep an eye out for that, ear out, as you do. Lads, I am giving no more suggestions. Not a
trial
one.
for a man accused of killing his girlfriend's son over exotic animals started today in Wisconsin. William Zelensky
Yeah,
faces
and I
a
wish you would
first-degree
let us see
intentional
it.
homicide charge.
Yeah, you
Prosecutors
keep
claim that Zelensky killed his
you're like
girlfriend's son
me
for
when I'm
allegedly
ADHD trying
stealing
to watch
snakes,
stuff.
lizards, and a crocodile, all worth thousands of dollars. Prosecutors say Zelensky confronted
Why
18-year-old Riley
I
Powell.
swear to God, they killed Justin Bieber. Like, that's
I
every time I
know.
see him, I'm like, "Baby, baby," and I'm like, "Look, your only song I like is Despacito, and that's because it makes me want chips and salsa real bad."
Real bad.
Like that chick from, Legally Blonde, like,
Yeah.
I got that T-shirt. So I got a T-shirt that says that I'm going to wear that to a family thing somewhere. You look like 4th of July, and it makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Real bad.
You know what? I don't know. Um, Probably when they stop doing coverage for today. I'm trying to keep on track. Tomorrow, Mr. Mo will, of course, be back at work, so I will be fending with the 4 feral young children. So what I might do is do a morning session and then bring you on, and you can help me at night do the afternoon session, or whoever wants to join in. That way we can keep up with the trial, but I have some free time to let the boys do family stuff.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to cast your net out to everybody that wants to come on if you want.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause
just
yeah, like night stuff is better sometimes.
well, that's what I was thinking, and that way it gives me a balance between work and family, and I will be doing Delphi videos. Um, I've kind of looked at things, and with the Delphi case, I definitely want to be a little bit more somber, a little bit more to the point, so we probably won't be streaming those. I will just be making more long form videos of those just to keep you up to date. Now, chat, you can decide with those of you who are wanting on Delphi, and I will be putting it up on my community tab, but we are going to be doing for the next video a probable cause affidavit kind of comparison. Now, Letitia Stalk's probable cause affidavit is 32 pages long. I have no problem reading all of it. And then Richard Allen's probable cause affidavit is 3 pages. So I didn't know if you guys wanted me to pick 3 pages and just compare and contrast the amount of information in 3 pages, or pick 10 pages, or just do the whole doggone thing for Letitia. It's kind of up to you guys. Yeah, definitely. But it will it will be what it will be. I'm trying to get a balanced
And
schedule,
then
stay low
shot
carb,
and
and
killed him. The
not
defense
catch a case.
says this shooting was an accident. They were fighting, yes, grabbing a gun, both of them, and it went off. Well, we're going to check in with our Court TV crime and justice correspondent, Matt Johnson, in just a minute. He is live in Wisconsin covering the case for us. But first, here's Matt with a look at the case.
On the night of October 19th, 2020, Riley Menente Powell was stopped by his mother, Tiffany Powell, and her boyfriend, William Bill Zelensky, as he walked down the street in Waupaca, Wisconsin. They suspected that he burglarized their home and stole several exotic reptiles. During the confrontation, a fight ensued, and shortly after, the 18-year-old was
Where
shot
is
and
the
killed.
lizard?
43-year-old William Zelensky was owner of Wild Bill's Exotics at the time. His company's
Wild
Facebook
Bill.
page features numerous pictures of him handling
Yeah,
snakes,
okay, see that
lizards,
first
and
one
alligators.
here.
According to
Daggone it.
court
That
documents,
first
when
picture where he
Zelensky's
had
home
kind of the
was
spiky hair and the full
burglarized, 2
beard.
guns, some
Good
alcohol,
look.
and
This
several
particular look he
high-dollar
has for
reptiles were
trial.
stolen, including lizards worth $17,000 and a
Who the hell is
crocodile
paying
worth
$17,000 for a
$2,000.
lizard?
Before the
I
shooting,
know.
Zelensky called 911 to report that he suspected Riley and his friend Ashton Toady were the thieves. Later
Salvador.
that day, Zelensky and Tiffany Powell went to
He does
recover
look
the
like he
stolen
might could be able
reptiles
to do that
and ran
too.
into Riley. Police say
Yeah.
ring camera video shows Zelensky with a shotgun.
We don't know if he was
as he and
dual
Tiffany
employed.
Powell confront her son on the street. At one point, Zelensky is seen handing the loaded gun to Tiffany, ordering her to point it at her unarmed son. Tiffany eventually gives the gun back to her boyfriend, while Riley is seen yelling at Zelensky to put the gun down and fight like a man.
Well,
At approximately
see-
10 p.m., a neighbor hears a gunshot and runs outside, where Riley Powell is on the ground, bleeding profusely. The victim's mother was still in the truck with her boyfriend. Neither one attempted to render any aid. Riley
Yeah,
Powell was
that's.
later pronounced dead at a nearby hospital. Last
Oh,
December,
thank you.
Tiffany Powell pleaded
I'm doing
no
great. How are you?
contest to multiple charges stemming from the incident, including holding her son at gunpoint before her boyfriend shot and
Okay,
killed
I
him.
guess that wasn't. I know I'd heard it in chat, but what in all of the tawdry and classless like trailer park things are you gonna pick your boyfriend over your son?
yeah. Well, that's the first time I heard like they were like she was pointing it, then he was pointing it. Like,
Yeah, his self-defense case is gonna be pretty hard, I think. I
Ye-
don't. Hey, Gigi. Yeah, I don't see this being like he done took my lizards. I was afeared for my life.
yeah.
My wife had well, not my wife, really, my girlfriend.
Wife's over there. My girlfriend's over here.
This is why I am not a juror, because the minute I heard that he's stepping out on his wife, like he's lost 110 not guilty points.
And everybody that didn't hear this earlier, the jury already wanted to like talk about this. They were asked
Yeah,
if they could.
yeah, honestly, I mean, it was okay, to be very fair, the first April, his soon-to-be ex-wife, was about as fun as watching beige paint dry. I mean, she had I don't know if she popped something because she knew she was gonna be nervous before this, because I could have definitely done that if I were going to be on trial. Or not on trial, but be a witness. But, yeah, she was like, "Yes.
Yes.
Yes," and not even
Yes.
because y'all know I am the queen of the pettyverse. Have my ex with his side piece get in trouble for anything, and then they need to call me up for an alibi. The things that would be popping out of my mouth, like, "Ma'am, we didn't ask you if he was a furry." "I know, I'm just telling you."
Yeah.
"Ma'am, that's not even a part of this." "I don't care." So, she was she didn't give anything to the state, but I don't think she gave anything to the defense either. She should not have been called, and the prosecution played the wrong 911 call, so she played a side chick 911 call instead of a wife. You'd think they'd have those labeled. Like wife, side you know, that's the other reason I'd get in trouble, because this will be exhibit side piece.
Him. Powell was sentenced to 15 years in prison. According to court documents, she is expected to be a witness for the defense. Meanwhile, Williams.
Sir, the Farrell boys were losing their mind, and Court TV had forensic files on, so I stopped to get macaroni and cheese. And poor Mr. Moe is losing his ability to deal with life without an emotional support drink, because he got a brand new washer installed and the drain pipe is cracked or whatever. So
Is
I
Dave
don't know.
bored again? Does he want to come back on?
He's like, I'm done. Well, Dave, if you are allowed to stream, because I know this was supposed to be like Family-ness Day. Yeah, she was pure uncut Ambien, that particular witness.
Yeah.
She did give the fact that they had 2 handguns stolen, so the defense could say that he didn't know if Riley had those particular weapons on his body, since it's easier to conceal a handgun than a shotgun.
Zelensky has pleaded not guilty to a charge of first-degree intentional homicide for the death of Riley Menente Powell. His attorneys have asked the court to allow evidence of a burglary to be introduced during the trial.
Okay,
Zelensky faces up to life in prison.
I don't believe
if
you with that
convicted.
comment, but I'll allow it.
Let's head out to Wisconsin and check in with Matt, who's
I feel like
outside
we had a
the courthouse
question
there.
asked.
Matt, good to see
Okay,
you.
let me see
Day
it.
one, we watched the opening statements, and boy, both sides had tales to tell, but very different
Do you see it?
versions
Okay.
of what exactly happened. What were the highlights from the opening?
A lot of the dates and times don't quite add up, but I don't know if it's just because we're trying to figure out who's who in the zoo, kind of apropos at the moment. Yeah, I don't quite understand it. Even with your handy dandy pages, it's a little bit weird.
Statements.
Ted, nice to see you, and a lot of highlights. We sure did learn a lot, maybe more from the defense case, which we'll talk about in a minute. But man, not much emotion from the defendant here, who has waited 2.5 years to be on trial with a jury of his peers here in Waupaca, which is a community probably about 2
Hello.
hours or so from Green Bay, Wisconsin. That's the next largest
You ladies
city.
had questions
This
for
town is
me?
about
I
6,000
said I feel like we
people. The
did, but I
jury
can't
of
remember
9
now.
men, 6 women. That includes
Must
3
have been
alternates
important,
that'll be
right?
chosen at
Oh,
the
we
end.
wanted to tell
They
you
were
about the
listening
jury.
very
Did you see if the
closely
jury
when
was
the
already
state-
Oh yeah.
yeah.
What's this now?
Witness 1 is halfway through. The woman is beige on beige on beige. Like,
Oh,
she's
that woman.
answering-
I remember her. That's
yeah.
the.
Well, so the jury asked if they could start discussing the case among themselves because they were bored.
After the wet blanket was, or while she was.
Yeah.
I
Testifying.
believe between direct and cross is when they said, "Can we start deliberating?"
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The judge had to like give him a whole speech and everything. Like, no, you cannot talk about the case yet.
You can think about it in your head.
Yeah.
It's not going well for either side. The state decided to try to play. So the first witness was, who is like gray paint, was the current wife, or soon to be not current wife. And
She's the
played-
wet blanket that's still on the stand, right?
no, they cut. So Court TV is doing all the weirdness where they're cutting things sometimes in the middle of like them talking to have a break or jump to some other part. So I'm going to have to see if there is a local affiliate that's doing this trial, because right now, no. But when even Court TV says, well, we thought this was going to be from a Florida, and then we found out it was Wisconsin.
So who's the woman on the stand that everyone wants to know if they can just start deliberating and not listen to?
So that was the first witness
Yeah.
for the state, and that was his wife.
Oh,
April.
okay. All right. So we are talking about
We've had the
stand.
wife and we have the brother of the victim. So far.
Yes.
Okay. This is a weird case. I just don't see it going well for this guy. Look at it. He knows it
don't-
too. Look at his eyes.
He's a
Well, but that his eyes are always like that. He always looks shocked.
I was thinking
like
of you too because every time they ask somebody on the stand a question, he'll like jerk his head over to the jury and like every question. I'm like, stop doing that. It's weird.
Well, because he was told by his attorneys not to stare down the jury, but he wants to look. He's curious.
He was like staring hard though.
Yeah, but if you're his attorney, are you going to say, "Hey, what can we do about your look that doesn't make you seem to be on a registry and not being able to go around schools?"
Well, they took care of the beard.
Yeah, but I think he looked better with a beard. Now he just looks like he has a white van with padlocks on it.
With no windows.
Yeah. David's like, "What would I tell my client? Have you thought about a burqa?"
I'm just trying to think if he looks better. Like, okay, so he's a wild animal tamer, right?
Yeah.
And it'd be like,
Wild
okay, so if we're
exotics.
okay, Crocodile Dundee is on trial. Are you gonna take him out of his vest and his hat? No, you're gonna leave that on because that's his look.
If he doesn't have a denim vest somewhere with fringe on it, I will eat a hat. He has got a denim fringe vest somewhere.
I would
Yeah,
want
so I feel like the hair, maybe trim it up a little bit, the hair, trim the beard up a little bit, but he probably would have been better with all that. Because I'm looking
Yeah.
at the other pictures that Court TV is showing, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that guy, obviously he trains weird animals.
I mean, he kind of looked like Valhalla in a couple of them. So I was like, does he have goats too? I
I
feel
had a
like
buddy
I can
come
see.
by on Saturday. I hadn't seen him in a while, and he's always had a beard, but he walked in looking like Valhalla let himself go for a couple of years, and I was like, oh man, you need goats trailing behind you. He had no idea what I was talking about, but I got the joke.
yeah.
Yeah, it's funny when you try to tell your real family, like the people that you interact with, about like your
I know.
chat
I need to
family.
bifurcate my brain.
Your internet family.
Yeah, my internet family gets the jokes, and my real one doesn't.
God, my real family's so lame.
I try to
I
explain
know.
some of them to Lena, especially like things that I talk about with Nicholas, and she's like, "Oh, that's great, honey. Thanks."
Was she your stepdaughter?
Lena's my wife.
Oh, no.
She's Swedish.
No, I don't think I've ever heard you say your wife's name to us. You just always say your wife.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it!
But there
We
was
cut this.
You
I'm
know,
just-
I don't know
I'm
how to
just-
cut things. Someone else cut things.
Well, that's not the real pronunciation of it, anyways. So we're
Oh.
good. But yeah, no. So yeah, I try to explain some stuff to her, and she's like, "Oh, okay, that's great, honey."
I know my husband's eyes kind of glaze over when I said, "Well, Nicholas said," and he's like, "Well, you have your." He's like, "I don't really." So wait, he buys himself drunk presents. I was like, "Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's very funny." He ended up looking like a banana. And he's like, "And this was funny to you?" It's like
I
when
went
you have
running
a
upstairs the other day on his stream. Yeah, he does things, but I don't know. I went running upstairs. I'm like, "Oh my god, I need your book. I need your book." She's like, "What book?" I said, "I need your book," and it was this thing because Nicholas had pulled it out. I'm like, "I need your book." She didn't get it.
she's like, you are psychotic, sir.
This is why, look, Mr. Mo is one of the more happy people that I have a channel to talk to, because if he heard Daryl Brooks' name one more time, I think he was going to be like, "Grounds."
Delivered their opening statements this morning saying that this was vigilante justice.
The gun was pressed so tightly.
Oh, come on, Court TV. Don't do this to me. You can do
Testimony
it.
That he hated Bill.
What the actual.
Oh,
It doesn't
Look
have
at
a
this
great
dude's
deal of
hair,
relevance either, so I can certainly direct
That is a hairpiece.
them
It
to
is.
disregard the fact that he said he always hated Bill.
Does it?
That's the judge, right?
Perhaps,
yeah.
yeah, but perhaps he put the toupee on wrong, and that's supposed to be the part that's on the crown. I'm confused with the diagonal part. I'm confused with a great many
He
things.
doesn't see that part in the mirror.
But, Your Honor,
It's right in the
issue
front.
is
I understand what the issue is. I will simply direct that they should disregard the fact that he said he hated Bill. Always hated Bill was his testimony. So we're ready.
Okay, apparently we just sped forward in time,
All
but
right, calling
we're
for the
bringing.
jury. Marie Pereira
Why
and
are
Francis
you-
Johnson are watching along with us.
So what
Marie's
is
in
that?
New York.
The kid then?
Francis is in
The-
Statesboro, Georgia. Hello to both of you. Francis, to you first. What do you think of this? The judge's ruling here with, he's basically, the judge is saying, yes, this is much to do about nothing. Don't worry about it, guys. What's your thought?
Correct ruling to keep out this evidence that might distract the jury away from the question in front of them, and that might lead them to infer that some character, some other act, some other something that he did in some time past, it proves that he did what they're accusing him of now. Great ruling from the judge.
Okay, I'm going to see if we.
Marie-
Yeah, could we go back to court? The thing that you're supposed to be covering. Could you do that? No, that would be impossible. What are we talking about?
Rowan Menendez meeting regarding the fact that he has always hated Bill. He's stricken from the testimony. So you should disregard his statement that he always hated Bill.
Yeah,
Oh,
good
yeah,
luck
I'm
with
sure
that.
Gonna disregard that.
Yep, absolutely. Got it. No problem. Let me make a note.
Yeah,
You may
I done.
proceed.
Just one final question. Rowan, is everything that you've testified to true?
Yes.
Nothing further.
Anything further, Mr. Hogan?
No.
You may step down, sir. Is Miss Menendez meeting excused then?
I am so
All right, that concludes the testimony from 14-year-old Rowan, the brother of the victim in this case. We'll get a break in here. When we come back, the neighbor who has the Ring doorbell.
the Ring.
I want to see the
doorbell.
Ring doorbell.
Jesus, I wanna
That's what
see
I
this
want to see.
damn
That's the
doorbell.
only thing I want to see.
Yeah, seriously, I don't
That's
care
going to
about.
convict this guy or acquit him.
Yeah, and Court TV has like the weirdest. Oh, wow, closing arguments are gonna happen. Oh, no. Okay, so it's a TV show they call Closing Arguments. I thought Peterson case was already at Closing
Yes, sir.
Arguments.
And I will tell you, I will go on record. I do not like the host of Closing Arguments
I
on
think
Court
he,
TV.
yeah,
Vinny?
he reminds me of a guy that did P90X and then wants to tell you about how he did P90X all the time.
I don't know what
Yeah.
P90X is, but I'm right there with you.
Like,
I get it.
The workout, the extreme
CrossFit.
workout, like Insanity or like with.
It's
it
okay.
wasn't
You don't
like
have to
the
explain it.
type-
I get it. I get the kind of guy he is. Douchebag.
Yeah, he figured he started CrossFit. He's going to tell you all about CrossFit.
That guy.
Oh my god.
He wears leggings under
Everything he
shorts.
does is the most important thing in the world because he's done it.
I mean, I feel that way about myself generally, so I don't know.
I do too, but I do it in a lovable, pleasant way.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're not a D-bag about it.
Who's Vinny? Is that guy's name Vinny?
That's his name. Vinny Vinny.
any some Kalawhispy or yeah,
Look for
just
the
that
P.
guy.
If there's two people in the world I was allowed to punch on like Purge Day, he'd be one of them.
I mean, you can.
Yeah, I guess if there were two people that, well, David
gets,
Hogg maybe for me.
He gets a bit preachy, you think? Does he get a little preachy? A little soapboxy?
Oh yeah, he was on some. He was on something. I don't remember, but my God, they were trying to do the defense and the prosecution, like both sides or whatever, and like he was just being such a D-bag to the defense side. Like, you're wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
And it was really bad.
yeah. I might have some of his tendencies, but I feel like I'm still willing to listen to the other side.
No, you're a lot different.
I mean, everything I do is perfect because I'm doing it, but
Salvador,
I don't brag
I might
about
be
it.
with
You know,
you right there because it's like, what is it?
Greta
63
Thunberg?
degrees today.
No, not her. She's a child. She doesn't know
She's
any better. She
23
doesn't know.
now.
But okay, she has the mind of a child. She doesn't know any better.
Okay, then her parents. Her parents, I think we can all agree, might need some Minecrafting
I'd mention the name of the
therapy.
other person, but I feel like that would get your channel shut down and me like doxxed.
Yeah, well, then
Let's
don't
just say
do
there's a
that.
certain MSN reporter.
I want to
Anyway.
know.
Well, then you can ask me off the record.
But it
We
didn't-
have things called private chat.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah, we do have private chat. I'll put it in the private chat.
Now
If I put it in the private chat, then Jamie's gonna be like, "Oh, that person." Just
I'm
like,
curious.
name
I
out.
like to know who you hate in this world.
I don't know.
Nobody.
The Scott Peterson trial about killed me because I had to watch Jake Tapper, and I was like, y'all, I can't.
I hate Chris Collinsworth. I'm gonna get her
I
shit.
don't know who Chris
down.
Collinsworth is.
He's an NFL announcer.
I know a name. If I saw the face, I'd probably know the face. Again, I don't know names.
I saw that. I'm like, feel like I'm gonna get Mo in trouble on that one too.
No, but I'm like, who? He does what with a where?
Football.
Yeah, I don't understand.
If you don't, I like Farrell. If you don't agree with Dave, he makes you rewatch Boring Testimony. I do. That's your punishment.
All right,
It's
it looks
easier to
like
get
we
along.
are maybe back before another custom, commercial layout.
We've been watching a new case out of the state of Wisconsin. The defendant, William Zelensky. It's taking place in a town called Waupaca. Prosecutors say the then 43-year-old hunted down his girlfriend's teenage son over some stolen reptiles. The defense says it was actually an accident that Zelensky shot the victim during a struggle over a gun. Let's go back into the courtroom now where
Was
a
it an
neighbor is
accident, or were
testifying.
you in
It's
fear of your
his
life?
home
What is
surveillance
happening?
video that caught a
It
portion
looks
of the
like they're
incident
trying to
on
do
tape.
accident plus fear. I don't know.
You may have,
You can step down.
if you can step down. I'm sorry, I'm trying to have the
Okay.
jury be able to see it in.
What the
What
hell,
is-
Court TV?
Yeah,
Where's
Court
the
TV.
start of this, guys?
When you're trying to stream a trial because they don't give you the whole trial. That's the problem I had with the Megan Imowitz case. And I was about ready to I'm just done. I'm gonna go sit in a courtroom and just tweet about it. And luckily Ellen Seward picked it up because they just streamed the trial. For all of their faults, they just stream trials.
Well, and I guess I'm gotten used to that, but Ellen Seward doesn't have this on their little doodad.
It has it on there this
You have
week
no-
on LNC, but they don't. Again, like Megan, they don't have the thing up.
Maybe it'll pick up tomorrow.
Hopefully.
Yeah, maybe they were off for the holiday. Did he pull me?
Did he just fall?
Wait a minute.
I
We have to rewatch
Try not to
this.
laugh, Jamie.
I didn't see it.
I'm laughing again.
All I see is the guy going down.
Welcome back to Court TV Live. We've been watching
No, I just want to see the guy fall down.
girlfriend's teenage son over some stolen reptiles.
I know
defense-
the
That's how
beard
he
looks
should've showed
better.
An accident that Zelensky
See
shot
that
the
picture right
victim
there. He looks like
during
a normal human.
struggle over
Go
a
in
gun.
that way.
Let's go back into the courtroom now where a neighbor is testifying. It's his home surveillance video that caught a portion of the incident.
Okay, so
on
this is the
camera.
neighbor.
Better show the video.
Poor neighbor.
You may have,
You can step down.
if you can step down. I'm sorry, I'm trying to have the jury be able to see it in you as well.
Or no. I only laugh because that would be me.
So,
He just got back up like nothing.
Wait,
Oh.
what are all of the prosecutors up there showing the jury with the
and
defense?
That's your home. What's the
That's
address
defense
there?
counsel. Oh no, that's prosecutor.
Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, jury, we need to observe that.
Did you observe the witness falling down?
Yeah, I did.
Did you reside at,
No shame in his face. He's cool.
405 Main
Nope.
Street, on October 19th of 2020?
I'm only
Yes.
laughing because I would do it. I would fall
Oh,
down
yeah.
and hurt
Do you
myself in
recall-
court on
I
TV.
fall all the time.
Becoming aware of a disturbance that evening?
Yes.
And at some point, well, what happened, as far as you know?
Okay, also, y'all, I mean, I know he got a subpoena. He knew he was going to be in court, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to wear my best red t-shirt. Y'all, come on. Just dress up a little bit for court, like a polo shirt or
I was
something.
basically watching TV,
Yeah.
and
Basically
we
watching
heard-
TV.
me and my wife heard a lot of yelling, like a fight. And then it just happened so fast. Like I heard a gunshot, and
It is. It's a good church shirt.
then the police were there.
Okay. The police responded, and did the police come speak with you?
Yes, like maybe like an hour after they arrived.
And what
He
did you
sounds
tell
like
the
he would
police?
fall. I'm gonna be right back.
Look, he may
Said I
have
had,
handrails
they said
everywhere.
They asked if that was my doorbell cam, and if they could look at the footage or have the SD card. And so I said, sure.
Okay. So I'm going to
And I said-
display up on the screen. This is
This
from
man is at like
Exhibit
0.5
14.
speed. Is everyone stoned out their gourds?
I guess so.
And I'm going to ask you if this looks familiar to you, if you could identify what. Does that look familiar to you?
Yes, that's a view from my front doorbell cam.
Okay, we're
Okay.
getting it. Hopefully.
And so to the right of the screen is the intersection, correct? That's a stop sign right in front of 401 Van Street.
Yes,
So it's just right next door to you.
yeah.
Okay. Now there's a date and a time at the top. Is that, to your knowledge, the correct date and time?
Yes.
This is riveting.
Jesus, right?
And I'm going to play this video. It's 30 seconds in length.
Okay. Well, actually, this is a lot clearer than the Florida one.
So this
Oh
still
my
appears
God,
to
that would
be
never
footage
end.
from your camera.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, this is what I want to see. That car's obviously backing up, right?
Mhm.
Just pulled up. What?
What in the actual?
Oh, it doesn't
why-
ring like take like
Oh.
seconds at a time and then
Right.
it stops.
Yes.
Oh, that might be it.
Yeah, we got some
Wait.
yelling. Love it.
Oh, this is actually really good footage.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got that son bitch. Well, what do you guys think? I think I saw him running towards him at least.
Yeah.
But if he was hit in the heart, wouldn't
Hang on. Oh,
Did you recognize that video?
can we back that up again? I just want to see that
Is that
again.
another video
Yeah, let me
from
see.
you?
I'm trying to identify everyone. I think the guy who runs to the car is our defendant, and it looks like he's confronted and then runs to the car, and then the guys chase after him.
Yeah, let's see that again.
But
Let's
then
roll
he
that
doesn't
record
really
back, just like
he
Brooks.
doesn't get in the car and drive off.
Now there was more than one video, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so
Little fisticuffs, and then
is
the guy
that?
runs
Oh,
up.
okay. So that's not a shot. That's the flashlight.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's no shots been fired yet.
He ran to the car to get the gun.
Yeah, he said he had the car and the gun. Fight like a man, put the gun down.
Did you recognize that video?
Yes.
Is that another video from your doorbell?
Yes.
Well, I
He
didn't-
looks just as shocked about this footage
Video-
the day it came.
All the videos that are being shown for the record are 30 seconds in length and being shown in their entirety. So I've one.
Identify these strangers that you've never seen before on your lawn.
I know.
Yeah. Why was there a ruckus going on near your house?
All right. And then.
Oh my gosh!
I'm just going to pause for a moment. Does this also,
There's
you recognize
no
this video?
video of the shooting.
It's a
Oh.
Can we all just collectively agree that Ring sucks? If it's going to just keep
Yes.
doing flashes of videos, what the hell's the point?
I know, Ring. We need it for our court TV. Don't worry about privacy. We need to know shit.
But if people are moving, it should continue. Like, quit doing that snip stuff. Yeah, I do. Who screamed it?
I guess that's the mom that could not be arsed to help.
She was letting him, like,
I have no further
basically
questions.
kill her son.
Yeah, I did.
Why are you all distraught now?
I don't
Wim,
know.
the red, the red creature in the Bugs Bunny cartoons. Absolutely, that's the witness.
Tonight, on closing arguments, a panel of police.
Oh, what a douche.
It's your favorite guy. Vinny
So
Paladin.
that's the ring that we have. How awesome. I am just so mad that we don't have actual footage of the shooting. I feel like that would be important.
Yeah, that's what I thought we were going to have. And what we do have is inconclusive. So now it's going to come down to the credibility of the witnesses because obviously there's an attack both ways.
Yes.
There's a guy running away, getting into his car, other people running after him. And then something happens that we don't see. And then shots are fired. So it's going to come up to the witnesses. But this is not a clear
Yeah.
case. This is probably a good case for a trial. Because much like the
Yeah.
Travis Rudolph case, the important stuff happened kind of off camera.
Yeah, and I think the thing is I think Travis Rudolph presented himself very well. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Shifty Beanbag Man is maybe not going to look as innocent, even if he is. He has
He
the type
done
of
had
face
it
that's
coming.
like, yeah, pretty much like done stole my lizards and my gun.
He needs to
Oh,
explain
and
why
the
he's
camo
there.
case. The camo case full of his camels. Let us not forget that those were also stolen.
If he can explain effectively why he is there and why he has a gun with him, I don't know if this is in the part of Wisconsin where it's like, yeah, everyone carries a gun around. What are you talking about?
Well, they
Or-
did testify that he carries a gun at all times and handcuffs, right? Wasn't that the two things?
Yeah, I believe that
Bounty
he might
hunter?
have been a reserve officer. I know. I wanted to be like Dog the Bounty Hunter meets Wild Joe Exotic and have, him hunting down Carol Baskin.
So,
No
yeah.
one has said Havoc or you betcha yet, so I'm still sober, sadly. But yeah, I definitely want to hear the mom of the decedent who was also one of the people that was holding him at gunpoint.
Yeah.
I want to hear from her because I think a lot of things are going to depend on how well she presents herself since she's actually working with the defense.
I'm curious to hear her testimony too. Yeah.
Yeah. It is a whole lot the people of Walmart. Yeah, it did look like mom was holding something, but on the second time through, it looked like it was one of those long stemmed flashlights.
Mag lights. I remember those were cool in the 90s. Every kid had a mag light.
A mag light.
Yeah. Have
Like
light
cops
and
and
beat the crap
robbers.
out of your friends.
That's right. We were the cops.
You're like, we saw cops last night.
Is that the only testimony they have of this witness from Court TV?
Yeah,
This Court
believe
TV
so.
is bad.
Yeah, I'm really having people look to see if maybe there's a local channel that's covering this.
What county is it again?
Wakapa. So I went to
How do you spell it?
Oh Lord, now you're asking me to spell stuff. Let me see. Okay, WAUPAP or CA.
Okay, I'm here. Do we know?
It is in so that's the county name.
Yeah. Okay, that's not what we want.
Yeah, because I went to the official like Court TV or Wisconsin court page because Natalie said that sometimes you can live stream just any old trial of the ones, and it took me directly to Court TV.
Yeah, I see that. I'm going to call the court, actually. Do we know the name of the
There
judge?
you go. Oh, okay. Wait, I knew the name of it. I had a thing from Murph's Turf made us all little things. I think it was Huber, though. Let me.
Huber? These names.
Yes.
How do you spell that?
Well, here, one second.
Hang on.
She's got who's who in the zoo, and I'm trying to get it. Okay,
Huber,
it's
Huber.
yeah,
Okay.
Raymond.
All right, Raymond, I'm giving you a call.
Raymond, you're gonna call the court.
Yeah, I'm calling the judge.
I love you. Oh my god. Mo, where'd you go?
Mo's like, I'm done with this stream. I'm just done. Hey, she left us alone. So what should we talk about, chat? Anything? While we're waiting for Mo to come back, we can chit chat. What do we got going on? Mag lights. That's it. Yeah, mag lights were awesome. As a kid in the 90s, you wanted a mag light. Oh, damn it, she's back. All right.
Yeah. No, I know you're going to be shocked, but I was trying to close all my extra windows, and even though
Yeah.
it
I don't know what you're talking
dummy,
about.
don't delete this one. I fully went in and dummy full deleted that one.
Wait a minute,
'Cause, you know.
why-
All
Do we
right,
know
so
what
they're back-
branch it is? Is it branch 1, 2, or 3?
Let me see. She's got Murph's Turf is just awesome, and she's got all of the complainants. So let me see our complaints. I do not see on here.
Okay,
Where
I
it
got a
would be.
clerk's number. I'm going to call the clerk.
All right, David's going to do lawyering stuff
Yes, right.
to get us our information.
So I always call and then I say, yes, this is Attorney David Helm. I would like to, da, da, da. And when they hear attorney, then they treat you differently. It's amazing. So
Yeah,
that's what I'm
'cause
going to do,
usually-
and we'll see how it happens.
Yeah, because it's for me, it would be like, look, I'm just a weirdo from the internet, and I'd like to know some things.
Well, that's when I was calling about the Megan case. I would, give my name and my bar number and everything. And then like, oh, are you with like defense counsel or something? Like, no, I'm with the media. They're like, oh, law and crime. No. All right, I'll
No,
be
the
back.
good one.
Yeah, the good
All
one.
right.
The quality.
All right, we are going
media.
to get some more. Possibly going to get 2 minutes of this trial without getting a daggone commercial, but
Waupaca, Wisconsin this afternoon for the trial against William
Waupaca.
Zelensky.
Waupaca.
Exotic animals
Now I
dealer
wanna
is
call
accused
it
of gunning down
alpaca.
his
I
girlfriend's
know.
son in the middle of a street after confronting him about several
See, I'm
stolen
telling y'all,
animals.
the shorter
Zelensky's
hairdo,
girlfriend, Tiffany
not that
Powell,
hairdo.
was also
It's-
there for the incident and has already pled guilty to holding a gun to her son's head at one point during the argument.
To his
Go back
head?
into court now for
Jesus.
cross-examination of that neighbor whose ring
Good Lord.
camera
Imagine if you
captured
didn't do the dishes
not
with
the
her. I
actual
just
shooting,
shout.
but what led up to it and after.
That's freaking crazy.
That street that we see on the right-hand side of this video, that's Shearer Street.
Yes.
And that we can see sort of a stop sign right on the corner of Van and Shearer Street.
Yes.
And Shearer Street is actually one way as well.
Yes.
And it's actually one way from right to left.
Yes.
So the only way you could appropriately turn is left, as we saw that vehicle.
So they were going down a wrong way.
No, you can turn right on that street.
That's not a one-way street right there?
Shearer Street, no.
So-
But the entrance from School Street, you cannot enter there.
Right, so Shearer Street is one way, right?
Yeah, yes, like,
Yeah.
Yeah. And-
like from that stop sign, I could turn left or right, but from the School Street, you can't.
Okay. So I'm gonna show you what's been marked exhibit 26.
Oh, for
Does that appear to be a overhead, just Google Maps?
Yes.
Does that appear to be fair?
I
and
need to
accurate?
figure out their Kinko's budget
I know.
For me, it's a little
because I
easier
want
to see
I want to
on
print out some big poster board
not
thingies
with all these
and have
numbers,
the state pay for it.
But, can you see this?
Oh,
Mr. Brown?
okay, that makes more
Yes.
sense
Turn it that
for
way.
her.
Yes.
So you can identify School Streets right there, right?
Oh,
So-
Murph.
And Van Street, the only way you can turn onto Van Street from school is to go north.
Yes.
And on Shearer Street, between school and Van, it's one way toward school.
Yes.
But what you're saying is that stop sign we saw on Van, you could turn right. and go
This is also the reason I don't call courthouses because I'd be like, for serious,
between Van and school.
does the judge really
one
think
way
he's
towards
fooling
school.
people?
Yeah.
And be like, ma'am, I thought we were talking about a court case. I was like, I know, but seriously,
Between me and you.
also, we all need to know if the judge woke up this morning and thought, I'll wear it backwards today, see if anyone notices. We noticed.
Mr. Brown, you said the police came.
And weeknights at 8, 7 Central.
Oh,
Only
in
on
the
Court
schizophrenia
TV.
court TV.
There's something about having that piece of paper. Some people think that's worth more.
I cannot believe that we are back to a daggone commercial.
How annoying.
I mean, they must be making advertising money out the
That's pretty
bunghole.
what it probably is about.
Probably. Gotta love it when first you think the commercial is going to be about razors, but it turns out to be about finer education. I'm like, well, you had a guy shaving in the mirror. How am I supposed to know?
Well, that's why that we don't understand this case is because we've seen like probably a total of like 20 minutes
Yeah.
and they've been
But-
through 3 witnesses. Yeah.
You would like to deposit his discount for his hairpiece. Oh. Yeah, no one's shocked. This is like the trial of people with no good hair.
Come on, David. Good
They
chick.
could have had a nice trim beard, like around banker level. Instead, they went creeper van. Yeah, she won't be shocked.
Hello.
Hello, what's the word?
Oh, the word is that the court does not have any of its own monitoring going right now. It does usually have that access. However, since Court TV is in there, they have a box that any media can access. So they gave me a contact number for a Grace Wong, who is the senior director and heading up this. So I emailed her and I said, I would like to access your box, please. Could I have access to the box? And I just, and then hopefully she gets back to me. We'll see. And then at that point, then we can get we can capture it live, and
Yay.
maybe you can, if that's the case, then maybe what I'll do is I'll stream it on my other channel, just like
Okay.
without edits or anything, and then you could just grab it and go.
Sounds
So we'll
like
see
a
how that
plan.
works. Yep. So that's where we're at right now.
Well, that's fun. Look at
Yeah,
you
'cause-
with your little connections.
Jamie and I were trying to figure it out. We think that we've heard 45 minutes of actual trial and 103 hours of advertising.
Yeah. Yeah. No. And I explained it kind of to the court. I was like, she's like, well, are you watching it now? And I was like, yes, but they have their commercial breaks and all of this stuff going on. And I'd really like to just stream the trial itself. And she was like, oh, okay, contact Miss Wong. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Miss Wong.
So I sent her an email and hopefully she gets back to me.
Because this case is all of the crazies. But I think he's going to have to testify with it being a self-defense / accident case.
Well, let's just talk about the fundamental problem I had. By the way, I'm setting up a stream right now. There was a very extremely popular radio show in Detroit that was like, it went beyond Detroit, but
Okay.
they shut down in 2007. No, 2010. They canceled the show, and one of the producers went off and started doing YouTube and podcasts. And he was like, the wave of the future is we're done with terrestrial radio. We're done with local news. We're done with mass media. This is the wave of the future. And so I'm bringing him on now.
Oh, cool.
In a few days, we're going to talk about sort of what he foresaw coming, 13, 14 years ago, and where we are now and where we're going in the future. So, this mass media, cable, news, things like that, that's all out the door.
Yeah, I only watch cable or local TV when I'm at the dealership and I'm forced to.
I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, I
All right,
agree.
so I
I don't even
think
have
they're
cable.
back.
It's YouTube or streaming.
I know, and then I get stuck in the dealership and I'm like, is that Drew Carey? What the hell happened to you, dude?
Yeah, like Price is Right stuff.
I was like, wow, you look like you detoxed from everything but took up hard drinking. What's going on here?
So true. Like, this show is still on? That's what I feel.
I know, I'm always like, oh, I didn't.
Ashley Wilcott. We begin in Wisconsin, where court
Okay,
TV cameras are.
as I have this personal problem, her under eye bags are about as bad as mine. She's like, do you think she had a night of hard drinking? She's like, I have to come in today for what?
Yeah, she looks rough all the time.
And makeup's like, look, ma'am, we are not magicians. This is as good as it's going to get. Use a soft filter today.
Covering the stolen reptile murder trial. William Zelinsky, also referred to as Bill, is a former police officer who went into the reptile business.
He's a
He is
former
accused of
police
killing his
officer too?
girlfriend's
Okay,
teen
let me
son
write that down on my
over almost
notepad.
$30,000 worth of stolen reptiles. The defense
'Cause
said in
now
opening
is
statements, though, that it
his
was an
handcuffs make more
accident.
sense. Less fun, but more sense.
Yeah.
One of the officers does tell Bill. Riley didn't make it.
Why are they?
Bill's reaction is
Why would
devastation.
flash back to opening?
You're gonna
We didn't even
see
get to
how
see this
Bill
the first time.
Immediately breaks down, crying, because he didn't intend to kill Riley. He didn't intend to hurt Riley. He cared about Riley.
Yeah, and it's hard to.
We took his phone and we downloaded his phone.
it's hard to kind of guesstimate when they're
All right,
actually
we
going to
wanna get
go
you
right back to.
inside the courtroom on the stand right now. Remember, we're in the state's case, so the prosecution is presenting witnesses. George Meeting Jr. This is someone identified as the victim's father figure. Let's go back to court.
The
Did he
victim's
say father
figure.
figure?
Oh my God, what is
What
happening?
what in all the Walmart is this? Let him have a neck tattoo. Let him have a neck tattoo.
Does he have a sweatshirt on?
He has a button-down shirt with gym shorts on. I'm gonna need someone to
What is it?
What in the Wisconsin is this? Some shenanigans? Jamie, look at what is go. I'm done. I am done.
Did you say
All
your
these people.
full name and spell your last name?
It was like tearaway Adidas pants on.
MEATING.
He's like, I'm only gonna
George,
dress
how
up
do you
up
know
top.
Tiffany Powell?
She's the mother of my children,
And who are your children?
Riley and Rowan.
Okay. You weren't the biological father of Riley, were you?
No.
What age were you when Riley came into your life? Or what age was Riley? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we've said
1.5.
something about it.
1.5.
Yeah, apparently this
So it's
dressing
fair to
up for
say you
court
were
thing
the father
is
figure?
a
Yeah.
hard instruction to learn.
Tell me about Riley.
He's a good kid, a great father. He's had his troubles.
You're welcome, Broken.
He's overcome a lot in his short life.
He didn't have it easy.
Y'all, let's just say this might be like we have already broken the 0 to 11 spinal tap meter of what in the Walmart. This is a 15. I was not his biological father.
Did he?
No, he did not.
How do you know Bill Zielinski?
He was dating Tiffany Powell.
Okay. So when Riley was
Sorry.
killed, how old was Rowan?
I believe it was 9, 10.
Okay.
I really don't remember.
Okay.
David, you missed it. So apparently dressing up for court is sort of an instruction we didn't quite get. So this man was like buttoned down top, but I'm going to wear my gym shorts with the t-shirt hanging out under it.
He's got gym shorts on.
He looks like they're gym shorts.
Well, you know, it only shows from the waist up.
Well, unless you're standing up on the side of the thing swearing in and people are like, what in all of the Walmart is this?
Yeah, you have to walk through the courtroom. Come on.
So I have these Lululemon shorts that I'll wear all summer long. Not all summer, but I like to wear them. They're comfortable. And when I have to do court and like Zoom in my office, I feel really weird putting the shirt on and everything and not tucking them in. So I tuck them in and then I look like a little John Kennedy, you know, at his dad's funeral, wearing the shorts and the tucked in, you know.
But did you have a little beret on? I think that's
No
if you
beret.
start wearing a hat with a propeller, well,
Please. I request it as a birthday gift to me.
Do you want to
this-
see it?
Yeah, your short suit combo sometime.
Or
Or
like
Farrell will.
ACDC. This is a picture of ACDC. There you go. Then you got it.
Yeah, I have a feeling Farrell will be photoshopping that anyway. So
Business on
He's
top.
got
That's
the-
right.
he's got the
He's
mullet.
barely business on top, though, this guy. He's like casual on top.
You know, but from t-shirts and weird feather earrings this morning.
He's bed on bottom, couch on top. How about that? Can we do that?
Yes, I like it.
You guys are so retarded.
Rowan lives with you now. Is that correct?
He does.
How's he doing?
Good.
Great.
Oh, and this is
How
the
would you describe your
father
relationship with
figure.
Riley?
Is what they refer to him as.
Of the decedent, yes. He is the biological father of Rowan, and
Father
it is. I need a whiteboard, y'all. And Baker, yes, every single American has at least 3 baby daddies that we have no clue about. We're all just waiting to
Don't
get on
judge us
Maury.
based on this trial.
Yeah.
Or do and don't ever come over. I mean, whichever way you want to.
Yeah. Can unbutton the shirt and shoot some hoops later.
I know. I'm
Okay.
like, y'all are making Indiana look awesome, like high class all the way.
You talk to him often?
Yeah.
So Riley was age 1.5 until what age would he have been when Tiffany moved out?
I believe he was 12 when Tiffany moved out.
Okay. And Riley spent a lot of time in foster care after that.
He did.
But he kept in contact with you.
Yeah,
Did you love Riley?
of course.
Did Riley ever talk to you about Bill?
Yeah.
Did he ever tell you anything that caused you concern?
He said that Bill threatened him over money, I believe it was, for rent.
Okay. Have you ever been convicted of a crime?
I have
How many times?
8.
How did you
Everyone
find out
bet
that
on which
Riley
crime.
had been killed?
Tiffany showed up at the place I was at.
Oh, she came to you.
Yeah.
What was her demeanor?
She didn't have no emotion.
Okay. What about the people, who else came to tell you about Riley?
Rowan and my parents were with.
How was their demeanor?
They're sad, crying.
Okay. Did you find it off-putting that Tiffany showed no emotion?
Yeah.
Did she ever tell you what happened?
No, she did not.
Okay. I have no other questions.
What in the Lori Vallow is up
Thank you,
with
Your
this?
Mr. Meany, you said that you'd had a pretty good relationship with Riley.
Yes.
You talked to him often,
Yes.
saw him often,
When I could.
and
When I was
Riley
unincarcerated.
passed away in October of 2020.
Yes.
Prior to that, the last time you had seen him was July of that year.
I don't recall.
You testified that you spoke to Riley about Bill, right?
Yes, sir.
And you said, you testified today that Riley told you in the past Bill had threatened him.
Yep.
Now,
Yep.
shortly after Riley passed, you spoke with law enforcement.
Yes, I did.
In fact, you spoke with officers.
When there are some warts involved. It can be hard to love some people, but they're still people and they're still deserving of love. And people that have made mistakes still love and they still care. And by opening up your jurors' hearts, making them consider the humanization factor,
What just happened?
like Jack's
I don't
talking about,
know.
it softens
Did-
and changes some of the aggressiveness that the defense worries about with jurors. As for whether this helped the state,
What
Oh, is
in
this
the,
commentary now?
what? Wait a y'all.
Legal
Okay.
circumstances to enter a
What's
plea.
with the glasses?
What in the actual? This is some end of times BS.
They keep
Look
like
at the photo
joking around
behind
about
him.
Dave.
He has a couch upon which sits a
I didn't even
hedgehog,
notice the
a,
photo. That's
a
awesome.
walrus, an owl, and a lamb, maybe, or another porcupine. What
the
is this?
hell is happening? And yes, what is up with those glasses? It's not cute. It's not a cute look.
No, but the hairdo on one, the bags under her eyes under the other, and whatever Elton John here is doing.
Sean Gary says the guy on the right would fit in as a witness. He would. No tie, buttoned all the way up too.
Just what in the Katie Lang are we trying to do here?
Want to know what his pin is? It looks like a star. What does it mean?
I don't know. I'm not zooming in. It maybe he used to be a sheriff.
But
Yeah,
I want
because
his picture now. I can't stop looking at it.
it is. I like the couch with the critters picture. I'm just confused as to does he
Can I
have a
find that somewhere?
self-portrait Okay, David, look like right corner to the lighthouse looking weird thing. Is that a
Yeah,
self-portrait of himself?
that's looks like it. It looks like it. Back when he had darker hair a little bit, but he's
Oh,
wearing the
for
same shirt.
What is the what we thought that the Travis Rudolph case was gonna be shenanigans.
I caught myself looking like this, like I was gonna see around the frame.
You're like,
I'm sorry.
Me too. All right,
like-
let's see what these talking heads have to say about
She's serving 15 years plus 8 years extended
in the
supervision.
facial
But
expression.
when you hear that she showed no emotion, I think, poor victim, it makes me dislike the defendant even more.
Oh, there's no question about that because we get that piece,
Oh,
but there's even something else. Remember this idea of you going to foster care at, what was it, 14? I mean, what does that do where all of a sudden you come back and say, you know, life isn't fair sometimes. You look at where this young man was and what happened to his life, and then his mother, this person who could have been there, who should have done something. Her response was apparently to have no sympathy whatsoever, to care not whatsoever. And these two are together. So you start talking about somebody who pleads, but you think of them in the context of a co-defendant, because what the prosecution wants to do is wrap these two around each other and say, you think you hate her. You have no idea. Let's really dig into how much you should really hate this guy. That has
Oh, and
value
David, he
because
was a
remember,
former
people
police
think about
officer.
things
So
intellectually.
that's why he had
They
the
decide things viscerally. They decide things with their guts. That's what we do. It's who we are.
Yeah, great point. And Josh, you know, I want you to weigh in, but we have to take a break. So please remember what you're about
Oh
to
my
say.
god. You already did.
You just did Court TV, you psychopaths.
I feel like David needs a self-portrait behind him.
Yes.
You know what I want more than a self-portrait? I
What?
want a bust. I want a bust of myself, life size. I've always wanted one. And at first I wanted one because, oh yes, search freaking image. I wanted one because I wanted to keep it at the office so that everyone, when they were working there and I wasn't there, I was still watching them. That was the idea. But no, I want a bust.
Well, that's
I want it searched. I'm trying to search the image on Google.
yeah, because I really want that critters on the couch. I feel like it would go with no decor I have, but I definitely need to put it in a place of prominence.
Do you have a self-portrait, Baker? I like the glamour shots, or just you know, the hand under the chin, just
Yeah. Ooh, Navy uniform. Don't make Farrell have to Photoshop it. Turn it over now before she has to Photoshop you in with the village people.
we need the Navy uniform
will.
picture. We also need this prom picture. There's a lot of things that Baker needs to send us immediately.
Yeah. Post haste. So do you think anyone, when he was getting on to that 3-panel thing, was like, hey, Jim, you sure about those glasses, right? We're getting an awful glare. And he's like, no, I love them. I'm looking great. I was like, are you sure? Because we could give you a little couple seconds to take them off.
Would you guys call that thing it was a walrus, right?
Yeah. So it was two porcupines.
Oh, two porcupines, an owl, and a walrus. Okay.
Y'all,
Ooh,
we are
which one is
finding
that? Who's meeting?
so okay. So
Oh,
meeting
father
is
figure. Basketball shorts.
yeah. Well, he decided that his look was going to be upstyle, athletic, casual to court for the son that he really loved. So I'm not saying that maybe his judgment is poor, but maybe the man's judgment is a little poor.
Oh, little baby. some little Navy guy. Is that painted? Or is that an actual picture?
I think it's a one of a kind. I cannot find it.
We're now going to have to try to figure out where Elton John got his couch picture.
I think it's
Do
amazing.
you, I wonder if we call Court TV, we can get a hold of. Yeah. We can get a hold of them and say, look, the dude with the weird glasses.
Do we have
Oh,
his name?
well,
I'm going to call his office. What's his name?
I don't know. They didn't even. He's coming back because they couldn't let us go back to a trial
I
without
want his name.
100
I'm calling his office.
someone needs to call his office. He's crimes of fashion, and I'm not one to be handing out tickets, but
Oh my god, shut up, Dave.
Oh, I'm calling his office. I'll do it live on air. I don't care. I'm calling his
I'll
office.
do
I
it
want to
li-
know where that picture is. Or where it's
also
from.
can we get your crappy self-portrait too? Because I think it would go really well with the legs. Just his self-portrait painting, finger paint. People are like, "Is that you?" And he's like, "No, I just got this really
Just
weird
put his
guy."
self-portrait above the legs.
Yes. This is why we're friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't Google walrus cartoons, by the way.
Why? Now I want to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is that
Drooling
Rule
walrus
42?
cartoons.
I don't see that ending well for your computer.
Jamie's going straight for it.
Jamie's like, I don't care.
I want to know.
I'm incognito. You can't find me.
Oh, drooling.
Let's see.
I want to know who that person is. Okay, I'm going to have to find out.
I tried to look back, but I
Prosecutors
don't-
say that the defendant, Bill Zielinski, hunted down his girlfriend's teen son over stolen reptiles. On the other hand, the defense claims it was all a mistake when the victim tried to yank the gun away, causing the defendant Zielinski's finger to press the trigger. Let us know which one you think at Court TV. Right now, we want to get you back into court. Testifying
Yeah,
on the stand,
please.
Danielle Brzezowski, she helped return the reptiles after they were stolen.
Could you state your full name and spell your last name?
She's
for
a
the
little
record?
happy being
I was
in
muted. Damn
orange.
it, she was all excited.
I know.
Is this her? No.
I got it right.
Oh God.
I'm out of my cage for the day.
Tell me how long you have known Tiffany Powell.
I met Tiffany in 2008.
Is she arrested or is that her just shirt?
No, I believe she's a guest of the state.
Okay.
She had
That's
one
fine.
child.
That was Riley.
That was Riley.
And how did you spend time? Were you friends with Tiffany?
I was friends with Tiffany. Yeah.
Okay. At some point, you moved away from Opaka,
I did.
and so did you have a continuing?
Seems like you're
relationship with
back
Tiffany?
now.
We were still friends, but we were like the distance kept us apart. So I hadn't seen her. I don't know. I seen her maybe a couple times over the years that I was living in Clintonville.
And that was really before Facebook and all the different.
Oh, I
ways
got
to
his
stay
name
in
for you,
touch,
Dave.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Okay. When did you become acquainted with Tiffany again?
October 2019.
Okay. And was she with a boyfriend at that time?
I love it. David's going to use his professional voice, like, "Hi, I'm David with Helm with Helm Law and Associates." And we had some serious questions for you, but also, where did you get that delightful animal painting with the couch on it?
Yes.
Who is that?
Bill Zielinski.
Now, you had a stepson, correct?
Yes.
And what was his name?
Ashton.
Okay. I see you get a big
wrong
smile
with
on
this
your
chick?
face.
Did they give her
Tell me
all the
about
goof
Ashton.
juice this morning?
He's a
I
good
found him. I want
kid.
to make a phone call.
I mean, I
Okay.
met his father when Ashton was 5. So I've been in his life for quite some time. And even though his father and I divorced, I'm still in all the kids' lives, his siblings as well.
Okay. So Ashton had a pretty good relationship with you.
Yes.
Ashton was, should I say, maybe a struggle sometime to parent?
He was. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Do you know how he's doing now?
He's doing well.
He's sober?
He's sober.
Did you see Ashton after Riley died?
I did.
What did you observe?
I observed him to be disheveled. He looked just down and out, sad. He looked like he had been through some trauma. And at that time, I wasn't sure what had happened.
Now, the night that Riley died was October 19th, 2020. And on that evening, did you have occasion to talk to Tiffany Powell?
I did.
And how did that come about?
For sure.
I got a call from my
Left a
stepkid's
message. Apparently he's
biological
busy.
mother, Angela,
I can't imagine.
and she had
The nerve.
stated that the cops were at her house looking for some reptiles that Riley and Ashton had allegedly stolen. I wasn't sure of the
Stolen?
situation.
Okay, so her son Ashton and Riley had stolen the lizards, alligators, and boa constrictors. So I guess Ashton is the one that's in prison now because he accepted a plea deal for the theft. And they brought his mom on for
And his mom's in
reasons,
jail.
I guess.
His family is just rocking it at life.
Just, you
Yeah,
know,
Cops were
they're
there
weak.
looking for the reptiles and
stowed them. Well, she
had
also
had them.
brow was like
She
browsed
didn't want to tell the cops that right off the
the
bat.
internet.
So she called me and she said, Angela said, I don't know what to
She
do.
has no
I don't know what to do with
eyebrows.
them." And I was like, I don't know. At first I was like, just get rid
Listen,
of
I don't
them,
have any
like,
unless I
put 'em in
actually
your
color them in
yard or
because
whatever.
I'm
She's
so
like,
blonde.
no, they're venomous, they're poisonous. She's like, I just want to get a hold of Riley's mom to have him returned.
Okay, and Angela didn't know who that was?
No.
Okay, so what did you do to facilitate this?
I said that I knew Tiffany and Bill and that I would call Tiffany. I knew Tiffany had just gotten out of jail, so her cell phone wasn't active, so I called Bill's number.
Oh, they
and
just called me
Tiffany
back. Hang on.
answered, and
What in the womp? Like Tiffany was just out of jail and then she came out of jail to point a weapon at her son's head.
Oh my God.
So what in all of the Breaking Bad
I
Jerry Springer
merged the
is
call
this?
so that Angela, Tiffany, and I could speak.
Okay, and that call was recorded.
It was.
Pretty much.
And we're going to play the part of the call that was a three-way call.
She's just too happy to be there.
I know, it's weird.
Are we going to hear this call?
We're going to try to get to the spot where it's a three-way call.
Sure.
You
my
were
God.
talking
Phrasing.
to Angela alone for a while.
I was.
I'm trying to imagine the conversation David's having with the lawyer's office. Like, look, you don't know me, but I was watching court TV against my will. And your boss has awesome glasses, by the way. But where'd you get your animal?
Probably is so excited somebody is like inquiring about it. He can't stop talking about it.
David's going to be stuck in phone hostage for years.
While he's looking, what was the gist of the call when you had it three-way?
That I told Tiffany that I was calling on behalf of Angela, that she had the reptiles.
You get it?
And she wanted them
His secretary is going to find out where the painting came from and get back to me.
Awesome. Because we were over here
I
since
said
it
it's
was kind of...
No, I said it's absolutely amazing. I must have one. Is it an original or can I purchase it somewhere? And if so, where?
It's just like, I want it. I'll get it for you.
She
But-
said that he's going to be very excited to hear about that, and that someone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would be if I got a call and be like, "Hey, those legs behind you, I must have them. Where'd they come from?" I'd answer all kinds of questions.
Now I really want to. If you find out if the prints are not too expensive, we're all getting one. It's going in my dining room, the formal one. I don't understand what this is about. It's an inside joke.
There will be one behind me.
So she contacted me, which contacted them to try to have them returned.
And did she explain to Tiffany and Bill where she lived?
She did.
And did she indicate that she was going to do something to help them find it? She was in the country, correct?
Yeah, she lived off Highway 10 outside of Waiwega.
Okay, so that is this
And
particular
so-
witness.
Sounds about right.
It's.
Did she indicate? if
I'm
you
not
recall,
shocked
Was
in
she
any
gonna do something to signal where her home was?
She said that through Google Maps that they might not be able to find her address. So she was going to sit in her vehicle until they arrived. She was gonna, I think, have her headlights on in her car. And she had given them her phone number just in case something wasn't gonna work out.
Okay, that's pretty good memory of a call that was 2.5 years ago.
Why is this prosecutor also
Starting
giggling?
this at 7 minutes and 6 seconds. We'll see if he's in the right.
Oh, wait, no, that's what Riley's mom was in jail for.
What about this one?
My guess is same.
Probably.
Hello? Hello? Hey, Bill's number. Let me see
Hey.
if I can.
Oh, dear Lord. That prosecutor's trying to do technical stuff.
Hello? Hello? Hey, Tiffany. Tiffany Rose?
Yeah, what's that?
It's Danielle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Tiffany?
I have
Hey.
Angela Ashton's mom on a conference call between us three. She wants
Okay.
to speak to you, so I'm calling her on behalf of you. So go ahead, Angela.
Hey, so I actually about this out here. Asking about red tags and stuff, and I was unaware of anything that was going on, and my little boy spoke up and mentioned that Riley had brought some things out here to the birthday coming up, and all kinds of. You have all that, Angela?
Yes.
Please, I'm getting things out of my house. Please give me your address. I'll be on my way. Not touch any of those animals or benefits.
So, wait, he took them
I don't know
to.
why they would bring them here, but they're all
It
stolen.
doesn't-
They took the property and they stole that.
Yeah. Well, Angela's just
Oh,
trying to
Lord.
confirm that. She didn't know anything. She called me because Ashton. So,
Yeah, well, we know because I found evidence on Riley's Snapchat of things that they had from our place, and we just called the police.
What in the.
We'll show you key moments from today's opening statement.
Jesus
Closing arguments with Vinny Politian.
I am
Tonight at 8,
about to
7
lose my
Central
damned mind with this thing.
For every
I mean, it's going to be a 2-day trial, but it's going to take us 8.
I know.
I mean, I don't think this is going to be a big whodunit case.
No. I'm just curious of like the jury's really gonna. I just want to see him if he's really gonna take the stand and stuff, and I want to hear the lady. It can't be a long trial for sure.
Yeah, for serious. I don't get it. Okay, so Murph's Turf saying this one has been charged with OWI or DWI. So those jerkwads that are on the super fast mopeds because they can't really have a motorcycle and they can't really have a license. They want to drive to Walmart and be annoying.
Yep.
My husband used to laugh at me when we first got together. I was like, he lost his license and he lost his license.
You can tell. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like 40-year-old man with a bike, but like a BMX bike, you know.
Ew.
And I'm trying to, so I'm guessing Mackenzie is the chick that they took the animals to. They have done not a great job of making the story make sense.
No, because I keep chopping it up. I don't even know who is Mackenzie.
Well, yeah, that's
Danielle's
what.
on the stand. So Danielle's house she was the one that they took it to. I thought.
Yeah, I know, but believe me, I know from personal experience. I've had a person that needed a moped for street pharmaceutical unlicensed, subscriptions and prescriptions. So then I don't know who Mackenzie is. We don't know. She was mentioned once.
I wish we could.
Yeah, they
tell
are on a
people
break.
about this trial. I wish.
They are on the 30th break in the last 5 minutes. And but for tomorrow, David said that I'm going to do this. There is like a communal media thing that you can just hook up to that will just stream the trial without all this. Well, I'm glad that you got better. I'm just saying I'm coming at it from a former person who knew an addict, so sometimes it's half of one and half a dozen of the other, but I am glad that you are doing much better, and that is awesome.
Much on the line.
They keep tricking me. They have the commercial break, but then they have like 2 minutes of court TV commercials, and you're like, "The hell is going on around here?"
I thought this would be. Well, I honestly thought Law and Crime would have picked it up. So
And they might actually be on like a break too. Like this is a federal holiday. Most courts aren't in session, so they might have just thought we're not going to do it today. Is what I'm hoping.
But yeah,
because I can't take much more of.
I haven't watched court TV in so long. I did not know they were this bad.
I'd watched it once or twice, but usually with cases that were ongoing, and they were never this bad.
Where they just like give you 5 seconds of testimony and then they talk about it for 15 hours.
Okay, so Malcolm, this is the case of William Zelensky versus Wisconsin. William used to be an exotic reptile / pet seller. He was also a former cop. He and his girlfriend and wife, he was married and dating, as you do apparently. Someone stole a bunch of their like $25,000 worth of exotic animals, including like some poisonous snakes and things like that. Now, his girlfriend's son was accused, along with his friend, of stealing these reptiles. Somewhere along the way to get the reptiles, they got into a dust-up, and the defendant shot the kid that was stealing the lizards in possibly self-defense, possibly cold blood. We don't know because court TV keeps going in and out. This is awesome. Yes, we will just. Yeah, that's why I listen to YouTube. Yeah, it's really hard. If you're not doing marriage right, you won't do girlfriend, or you if you don't have a girlfriend. Yeah, I guess these are rules that it wasn't any of her business if he was married, right?
No, she didn't ask.
Well, no, because it seems like girlfriend also happens to be renting the apartment above the pet store.
Who wore the face better, the witness or this commentator?
The
This is the way you
witness.
paused it. I don't like that face.
Well,
Ashley Wilcott, honored to be with you. Several courtrooms are dark today because of the Juneteenth holiday observed by most states. That includes in Florida, where Scott Peterson is on trial for his role in the Parkland school shooting massacre. The school resource officer is charged with not doing enough to stop the gunman from killing 17 people. There's also no testimony in Colorado at the Team Escort murder
You're
trial.
not even
That is the
covering
case
that.
where Joel Hollendorfer is accused of killing Cara Nichols and burying her body.
Wait, I want to know where he buried her
Danielle
body.
Borzowski,
In his mother's garden under a
17 people.
Okay.
There's also no testimony in Colorado at the Team Escort
didn't have to
murder trial. That is the case where Joel Hollendorfer is accused of killing Cara Nichols and burying her body more than a decade ago. The defendant's ex-wife
It was
claims
ended
that
up
he
being in his
confessed
mom's
to
yard
accidentally strangling the victim during
under a
sex.
dead horse.
Testimony on both
There
of
was a
those
horse
trials
buried.
picks back up
Where else you gonna bury it?
tomorrow. But today, now we're going to go back to Wisconsin,
I just thought that was
where
really
prosecutors
funny.
say
Yeah.
the motive for murder was over $20,000 worth of stolen reptiles. Bill Zelensky is accused of killing his girlfriend's 18-year-old son with a shotgun. The defense, though, argues that he accidentally pulled the trigger during a struggle with the
Listen
victim.
how they say
We're
that.
gonna
The
get you
defense
back
though
into court.
argues
We're
as
gonna
if it's
pick up
not
now with
credible at all.
cross-examination of
Well,
Danielle Borzowski.
have you seen his
She helped
haircut?
return the
Just-
stolen reptiles to the defendant.
Borzowski?
Correct.
Okay.
I know.
You indicated that you met Tiffany in 2008
Yes.
when you moved to Wapaka,
Yes.
and you met her son Riley at that time.
I did.
Your stepson Ashton at some point started to hang out with Riley,
Yes.
and
Yeah,
it was
maybe
actually shortly
couple-
I did. Wow,
before
how did I not catch that?
the shooting occurred, right?
I heard
Oh,
it, but I wasn't going to
what they
comment
told me
because
is
I didn't
they
want
had
to
met in
be that
foster care
one.
at some
Either.
point, and that's how they became friends.
Yes, apparently they
I
do.
think as they got a little bit older and they were both adults or going to be adults, that they linked up again.
They weren't friends for their entire childhood.
No.
In fact, they only became close friends about a month before the shooting occurred.
I'd say a little bit longer than that.
How long she been in jail?
She is in
Danielle,
jail
or
for
Ms.
an
Borzowski, You
OWI.
spoke with
I don't
a police
know.
officer
Oh, okay, not
Right.
that long.
Yes.
shortly after.
All right. Mads, where are you? Okay. Juneteenth is the celebration of the Emancipation Proclamation. Now, Lincoln only emancipated the slaves that were in the South and kept all the northern slaves. So he was kind of a dick move, but
Oh,
you know,
so oh, okay. I was wondering what you. I thought you were reading something.
so Juneteenth was, I believe, about the time that had a year and a half had passed since it was actually on a proclamation. The last slaves in Texas were told that they were actually emancipated. But that's about all I know. And let's be honest, this might not be the panel to discuss the very good and rich history of Juneteenth.
It's about freedom of slavery.
Yeah.
Freedom from slavery, abolishment of slavery. But it's kind of memorializing a weird date because it really wasn't the actual freedom from slavery. So
Yeah, it's one of those, like, I didn't know that we had an entire, Indigenous Peoples Month until I started getting press releases from the White House about different things that we were supposed to be celebrating that day. I was like, well, that's interesting.
the shooting occurred.
Oh, no, I didn't. The way that I had gotten the law involved is I was on probation and I had
Google will
called
tell you everything.
my mother, or I'd call my PO and let her know that this had happened. The next day I called her.
And maybe my question was a little confusing. You spoke with an officer regarding this incident.
I did.
And speaking with the officer occurred shortly after the shooting occurred.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And you talked to the officer about Riley and Ashton's friendship.
I might have.
And we're going to pull up on exhibit 25, recording labeled Axon 27. And Danielle or Ms. Borzowski, that's you on the camera, correct?
Yes.
And that's you speaking with the police officer.
Correct.
Okay. We're going to start playing at 6 minutes and 9 seconds into this.
So I think they were really close over Ashton was standing there.
Okay.
Audio, people, for the love of all that's holy.
Sorry, that was 6:06 into that recording. So that was you talking about them becoming close friends.
Yes.
Not long before the shooting occurred.
They became closer right before the shooting happened.
So that's when they became closer friends.
Yeah, shortly before that.
In fact, they really didn't hang out until shortly before the shooting.
They were hanging out more at that time. I had a house in Wapaka that Ashton stayed at frequently. Riley had lived down the road.
Same, I do it too.
Stayed at Riley's house. They came over to my house. They were just kids in Wapaka spending their summer.
We're going to be starting at 3 minutes and 29 seconds. This is still you talking to the officer.
Okay.
How long ago was that?
Just recently. I don't think it was that long ago. I know the last time I seen.
And that we're ending at 3 minutes, 40 seconds.
Play it.
That was you talking about when they started hanging out.
Yes.
And we just heard not long before. You see that?
I can.
10:13:36 seconds PM. Bill receives call from Danielle.
Are we having her read a demonstrative piece of evidence?
Are we having her read what he just wrote down? Did we not have a PowerPoint?
Okay, so let's talk about if people don't know what demonstrative evidence is. Okay, so evidence, period, like you normally think of evidence, proves something, right? It's a text message, it's a video, it's a document, a book, whatever, an axe, whatever it is. That's a piece of evidence. Demonstrative evidence is not evidence. It's not introduced as evidence. It's not something the jury can take back with them, but it's a chart on the wall. It's your bullet points that you use during opening statements or closing arguments, or it's something that you use to guide the witness during testimony. This is what's called demonstrative. It's just there to kind of organize the other evidence, whether it be, mind you, also witnesses' statements are evidence. So demonstrative is just there to organize it and present it in some different way or in a way that's easy for the jury to grasp. Why are we writing things down the wall and then asking the witness to comment on demonstrative evidence? That's weird. Sorry, it just is. But that's what, if you ever hear the term demonstrative evidence, that's what it is. It's just to help organize evidence and things like that for the jury to understand. It doesn't have any evidentiary value in and of itself. It's just, think of it like a database. It's just referring to other evidence. So that's what we're looking at.
Okay. And that phone call also has a duration on it, correct?
Yes.
And that duration is 4 minutes and 9 seconds.
Yes.
And when that phone call, we heard the phone call that was between you, Angela, and Tiffany.
Yes.
And we heard the phone call.
I know.
That's the
I
artist.
buy them all now.
That's painting.
So that would have been after the 4
That's
minutes
what
and
I
9
was
seconds.
looking for.
Yes.
I can't find the actual painting though. It's a one of a kind.
Are you good at math?
Dang
Can't even
it.
find a print of it.
So if
Now
we were to
remember,
have-
this witness is the one who was
Oh my God.
facilitating a
Why
phone
are
call to
you-
Bill to try to return reptiles to him that he claims had been stolen by the victim in this case. When we come back, we're going to get you back into the courtroom. Stay tuned for more of this trial.
Why do they think that?
I started hearing these
Why did they do
stories
that?
about murder and stuff.
Because they're a television show. You guys are watching TV right now.
Ew.
We're literally all sitting in Mo's living room watching TV with her.
Well, actually, in my bedroom. Look, Mr. Mo needs to build me a panic room. I'm just saying.
I want this little night owl. He's got his little drink and his little popcorn.
The night
know.
owl one?
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah, he's awesome. Too bad we can't. Can you pull him up and share him? Oh, no, you can't. Yeah, the night owl is awesome. I kind of really do want him.
Let me see if I can open another.
They have. You could get it on a bag, on a pillow, on a phone case.
Let me stop the screen.
I love the little night owl.
The little night owl is awesome. So this is the artist that produced that painting behind the one commentator we were. She texted me. His secretary texted me and said it's a one of a kind. But here's the link to the website.
I'm just mad that I
Tim
can't get
Boyd
that.
is the artist.
Yeah, he's got. It's like
Go back up. It's the top one all the way to the right.
interesting.
That one
Look
right
his
there.
little
The
night
night
owl.
owl. Click on him. He's so cute.
I know.
Oh, the other right.
You know, I don't know my. I'm still doing this.
Little night owl. Oh, he's so cute. And they got Ducky Death on the next page. What is? It's so cute.
I am not
'cause
at all
they're kind of-
derailing the stream, by the way.
No,
Look at
you're
Ducky Death.
not because we're in a commercial. We're still in a commercial.
They're freaking cool.
I
They're
think
awesome.
the Boo Bear is my kids at all times. My youngest, because he just came in to try to tell me how everyone was being mean to him, unprovoked, of course, as it is.
The Pear Troll. Where's the Pear Troll? See, I guess derail. It's everybody's putting their what they like in the chat, and I have to look now.
Does he draw
know.
from Plants and Zombies? Yeah, that's what I was thinking of when I first saw
I
Plants
was
and
gonna say
Zombies.
it reminds me of something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plants and-
okay, yeah. It's a little Tim Burton-y, but it's a little.
I like the
Um,
owl. I really want the owl.
I know.
We're all going to get the owl.
I love
I
it.
know. Let's see here.
Okay, let's see if we
Wall art.
actually started.
I can get wall art.
No, of course not.
A metal print, a poster, acrylic paint. Oh, he's going to paint an original for me with acrylic.
Ooh, you can get all the animals on a couch and just say, I already have that out there. It's one of a kind. Paint me
I
a
know, I
new one.
want that one. I can't find it on his website. I even
Yeah.
looked like on Pinterest and other things with his name on it.
You know, if I was going to get a commission one, I'd be one like all of his animals, but I want you to draw them like they're laying down for the Titanic pose. Draw
The
me like your
Titanic
French
pose.
ladies. You know, where Rose is on the couch and she's like, draw me like your French women. And she's all nudish. So, oh, are you? Maybe we'll actually see 5 minutes of a trial. It'll be awesome.
And welcome back. We're bringing you the stolen reptile murder trial against Bill Zelensky, William Zelensky, known as Bill. Prosecutors say that he killed his girlfriend's son.
I love
for
how they tell
allegedly
us that every
stealing
time, like we
reptiles
don't know
worth
that William and
thousands
Bill
of
are
dollars.
kind
What
of.
happened to the hair on his head, though?
Bring
That's what I
back
want
in
to know.
Josh
I
Price,
know.
Josh
Does it
I
look
was
full
waiting
and
for
thick
the
in that
Superman
picture?
curl.
through this, and I said, listen,
Jail
it's
does
hard
many.
sometimes to
Oh no,
understand
he's back.
why this case is in court and what kind of pressure there might be, because this is a first
You can fully see his
murder
self-portrait.
His self-portrait is there,
against
too.
this defendant.
I
It's also
guarantee
called
he moved the
first-degree
camera
intentional
because he got a call
homicide.
from the
And to
secretary.
me, it sounds like he brought
Yeah,
the
'cause they
gun
moved
to
it
a
up.
fist fight, and it's a hard case for the defense. Josh, your thoughts?
I'm going in there, chat.
Oh, and it looks like we may have a frozen Josh. I'm going to see if we can pick you back up, Jack.
Gosh, no, Josh.
I think that under these circumstances, what we realize is that it's really, really difficult when you're in a space
Oh,
from
I
a
like that one a
prosecution
lot, too.
standpoint, and you have a very hard case, a very strong case that you can't back away from it. And so the offer is frequently plead guilty, go down, go to prison, sometimes forever. And as a result, what you get is a defense who gets backed into a corner. And when they get backed into the corner, there's nothing they can do. And so they're stuck where they are, and they have to move forward. They have to go to trial. And when they're in this kind of a place, they
I don't
kind of have
know.
no
I think
choice.
Zelensky might be.
A straight plea, but if you have facts that are so bad and nobody
I
wants
think
to let go,
Zelensky might be a
sometimes
fairly
have
popular
no other
name.
alternative but to actually, dare I say this, and I apologize, pull the trigger and actually start picking a jury.
And that's where I think
What
they
was the
ended
myth
up. And let's ask you this, Jack, because the
Oh.
reality is in this case, shoot, I lost my train of thought. I was trying to see if Josh was with us or not. Give me just a second.
I am
It's
an
gonna come
effing
back to me.
professional. They don't even
This
know
is
what the hell's going on
happens
either.
on a Monday, Jack.
Doesn't
You
make
know
it feel
this
better.
with me. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. But this defendant and the co-defendants already entered a plea. We know she has 15 years. I know what it was, self-defense. He initially had
I
there'd
know.
been some
The whole
indication
defense,
that
I
perhaps he
forgot
would
what it
claim
was.
self-defense. But as you know from the opening statements, he's not
Oh, I
going with
can't chat.
self-defense. Now he's saying it was an
Television.
accident because there was a struggle over the gun and he pulled the trigger. Those are two very different defenses. What are your thoughts about those?
You're absolutely right. And I love it as you keep, and you've said this multiple times, you bring a
Okay,
gun to a
he
fist
is
fight.
doing his
See,
eyebrows
that's
to
your
the
problem in the first place, Your Honor. because When you
900s.
start
he
like
is.
that, it's hard to justify where you are. At the same time, we have some of the facts in this case, or at least what seemed to be coming
That's
in
where
the
I heard
case,
it.
that this young
Came
man
back to me.
actually takes off his shirt. That's important because if you do that, I think what you can say is, where is there a weapon? How can you mistake that he might have
Joshua
a
has some
weapon? And I
body
think
camera
that makes
footage?
it difficult on the one side.
that
At
what I
the
saw?
same time, from a self-defense standpoint, when you look at this and you have that issue of DNA on the shotgun, I thought, so, well, maybe there is something there. And Karis, the state is saying
I
this is
just
just
feel
blowback
like this
from the
lawyer's
shots
just
themselves.
here
And so
on
if
here
you
for
don't have it, I think this makes it even harder for the defense.
glasses.
If you could
Josh
come
is
in and say
awesome.
self-defense, I came into this.
He's
and
my
he was
favorite
trying to get the
commentator
gun
ever.
away from me.
He hasn't
I
said
don't
a
care what he
word.
says.
All
He's
right,
awesome.
real quick
He's always
before we have
right.
to go back to court. Josh, your thoughts about this case?
Yeah, I think that the grand jury returned a really high and important indictment, and the state's following through with that.
Let's
It
see all of
couldn't
it.
make an offer that was going to get a plea. And I think that they're being forced to try this case because it's what the community deserves and it's what the grand jury asked.
Look at him.
And
His
so
little
I
corner.
don't think we have time to go back to court. Let's keep talking about that.
We don't
point.
have time
Do
to
you
go back to
think- and
court?
What's interesting
That's
to me in
just
this
a-
case is
It's
it's
not
not just
important.
that the defendant has
Court
prior
is
Not
not
like we're
important. The
forced
that the
testimony
or
defendant
doesn't mean
anything.
the mother of the
anything.
victim has prior convictions.
And we have a
Listen
verdict
to each
in.
of these witnesses. They
Yeah.
all have convictions.
Oh, we actually
Does
have
that make
closing
a difference
statements
to a
right now.
jury, Jack? I see you nodding your head.
Well, see, I mean, convictions can make a difference to a jury. That's important. And yet, at the same time, this is from a prosecution standpoint. This is about justice. It doesn't matter how many convictions you have. It doesn't matter what you've done in the past. The question is somebody like this, do they deserve to actually have the person who committed this crime, according to the
Oh my
state,
God.
prosecuted for it? And I think that it's really important
I know.
to
Can we
remember,
just
no matter
can we
where you
just
come
stop
from,
the trial? I just want Elton John to just explain all the tchotchkes in his
Joshua is
office.
awesome. I love his office. I love his look. I couldn't pull it off, but it's absolutely amazing, and I love him.
I love that he moved his camera so you can see his self-portrait.
Absolutely did. He
For you?
absolutely
Yeah.
did.
Tell him right now, Dave.
Because he wants you to call
Should I
back and
text the
ask
secretary
about.
back and be like, "Thank you for moving the camera. I get a better picture of that."
Yeah.
Right?
No, I'm just waiting for you to call him and say, does he also do self-portraits for other people? Because I feel like my wife needs one for Mother's Day next year.
Nobody can pull it off, but he can.
Mm. He does kind of look like an odd, like a
Winston Churchill's a good reference.
multiverse Winston Churchill that went down a really weird path.
Yeah, we
Yes.
can't get back to court right now. We don't have time. What do you mean? What does that mean? God, these idiots.
Is that
Wait a
really
minute,
a
he has-
self-portrait of Baker, by the way, in Discord?
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's
That's
pain-
amazing. You guys need to
Wait.
check it out.
I know.
I-
That's what
we
he
just-
said.
I mean, I heard you talking about it. I didn't realize it was actually.
Well, I
That's
was
awesome.
gonna ask him if we could post it, but then he posted it before I even asked. So.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, you guys. We all need all the help. But let's see if maybe they can possibly get to the trial.
Regardless of your background,
We don't have
there has
time,
to
Mo.
be a
I
willingness
know,
to
we
stand
have to
up
chit
from a
chat.
state perspective and
No,
say,
there's
They
a
saw-
we
fact of
represent
it.
the
Jesus.
people, not the
They saw our
good
streams and
people.
figured, hey,
We
if they can
represent
do it.
the people.
Great point. All right, we are out of time. Thank you
Great
so
point.
much to both of you. Chanley Painter is joining me next as we hear
Oh my
more live
God.
testimony in the stolen reptile murder trial. Stay tuned. Court
We haven't
TV, your
heard. We've
front row
heard
seat
5
to
minutes.
justice.
5 hot minutes of daggone testimony.
Heard any of the
For every purpose, for every path, every soul,
Mo is now sponsored by Silverado.
Oh,
Oh no, it's
dang
Dodge
it.
Ram.
for every
For flip's sake.
She
swear
was
to-
looking at something else and just letting it roll.
Yeah. Well, if y'all need trucks, just
It's really
stay-
not like watching TV on your couch. You do have to like.
Well, I guess Chanley Painter is going to be on, so at least we'll
To
have
talk
some
to
sort of
us more about what we've already,
to talk about the talk, but we don't have
Talk
time
about
for
the talk.
trial now.
It's 4 o'clock. What time?
Yeah.
They're in Wisconsin, so it's only 3 o'clock there. They have plenty more testimony to go.
Yeah, and I have a hard stop at 4:45, so we might finish this on an evening stream or finish it tomorrow since I've got to go
Court
pick up
TV
my
is the
kid.
MTV of court of trial. That's
Yeah, well, there's
perfect.
no actual music videos on the show.
I used to love pop-up videos too. If we had pop-up court, you have no idea. I would be
That is like the perfect scenario because I always hated that. I'm like, you love MTV, but all we have is all this BS. There's actually no music on that show.
Okay, I'm gonna let you guys hang. I'm gonna get back to work. It is I got like an hour left of my working day, but thank you very much, Mo, for having me on. This
You
trial
are
is
welcome.
crazy. I love Joshua. He's awesome. I'm gonna get the owl print.
Yeah, at some point we're going to listen to him speak. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, right. All right, you guys have a good one. I'll probably be in the chat though.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, what were we doing here? You'll probably be done anyway before 4:45 because they probably only have 5 more minutes left and then the rest will be
Probably.
bullshit.
I know. I'm hoping that tomorrow court or Law and Cuck will start
please.
pulling it.
Dave
I hope.
Gibson or Lawn Crime
Yeah.
can pick it up.
Yeah, I have no problem like dual streaming with Dave's other channel so he can get watch hours in. Like that's not a problem.
Yeah, because if he can get a straight feed to the court, then you don't have to worry about all that bullshit.
Are you effing kidding me?
What?
4:45 they'll start sharing the actual trial. Of course they will.
That'll be like crazy testimony. We'll miss all of it. It's just so stupid.
Yeah, well, yeah, no wonder people it has been so long I've forgotten about this in TV. I was like, why are we stopping all the time? Oh, it's real television. Oh. Gross.
I know. Yeah, that's what happened with the Megan trial. We were like all excited and then it was on,
Okay, wait a minute.
but they were like chopping it up.
Let's see. We've got something going on here. Oh, that's a
Do we have another person?
I don't I am all
Finish
confused.
the other one.
Are we in the future? Are they beaming this in from, like, the future, and they have the entire trial already in the can, and we just
Yeah, like what the fuck? Sorry.
After me telling
Oh,
them I didn't know anything about it, my son confessed, and so they had some in the basement. So
Surprise.
yeah.
Of course they did.
So what did you do?
Yeah.
Did you know who they belonged to
That's what they normally do.
at that time?
After the fact, they'll post it all.
Yeah. With a blonde, so I contacted the police department right away.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us. We will be trying tomorrow. Hopefully Lon Cook has no
And did
commercials, or we can get the
try to contact the owner?
Yeah, that is definitely a face of Wisconsin.
Told me they didn't have time for that. I then
This whole town is in jail. They just rotate through.
who did a three-way for me with Tiffany.
Okay. And
Okay, so
Did you
Angela found the
tell Tiffany
reptiles,
where
but
she
she's
could
in
pick up
jail
the
because
animals?
reasons,
Okay.
I'm sure.
and in fact, were you worried they weren't going to be able to find you?
My house is rather hard to kind of find where I was at.
Yeah, what's Angela's
we made
deal,
gas
Murph?
station landmarkers if it was there. Or,
She looks like she's a little hopped up. She is like just bouncing around in that
To have
chair.
your car at the end of the driveway?
Yes, I did.
And did you do that?
No, it didn't come down to that at all.
Did anybody after the phone call show up to pick up the animals?
I met with Bill's wife, first wife, I believe, at the gas station. just down the
First
road from
wife,
my
maybe
house.
wife,
And what time was that
Wife?
at?
currently married.
I can't recall. It was real late.
Oh my
real late.
gosh.
Really early in the morning?
Or really early. Yeah. It was really dark.
Okay. Have you ever been convicted of a crime?
26.
Okay.
20
26 times.
26?
26? I'm shocked. Just literally, aren't y'all all shocked? Although those are some interesting glasses. It is the day of the interesting glasses because she's got the purple kind of sportsy look. I just what in the all of Breaking Bad are we
At some
watching?
point when you were talking to Danielle, did you learn that what happened to Riley?
I had heard that Bill had shot Riley.
You were talking to
was.
Danielle when you found out? What was your first thought?
I screamed for myself. I wanted to know where my son was. And yeah,
So Ashton and Riley were friends?
best friends. If Ashton wasn't over at Riley's, Riley was over at my house. And they were
Yeah.
inseparable.
And
Make it an even 30.
for
Why not?
sometime prior to the shooting, were they living together?
Yes.
So Ashton considered Riley his best friend.
Yes, he did.
When you heard Riley had been shot, you were worried Ashton was with him?
Okay, so
Yeah,
this
like I said,
person
they're always
is
inseparable, so
a non-consensual guest of the state for possession of narcotics, meth, drug paraphernalia, bail jumping, and OWI.
Sounds
I
about
gotta
right.
say, I'm shocked, folks. Just shocked. I thought
Yeah.
white collar crime, embezzling from, Apple.
yes, my biggest fear went to my son.
Were you were with Ashton after Riley died?
Yes.
How did Ashton react?
My son had many suicide attempts.
Yes, apparently all of these witnesses are from the county jail, except for the first wife.
He had respect for officers beforehand, and now he has fear. A big purpose of the day.
Okay, ma'am, let's not lie. You have been arrested by the Popo 26 times, okay? Proudly, your son done knows about what the Popo do. So if he was afraid of them, he was afraid before this particular instance.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
Ma'am.
Come on. Like he was real respectful, just like all the kids going over to Travis's house were on their way to Bible study,
Yeah, just to talk.
as you do.
As you do.
He lost his best friend. Ashton ended up doing some time in prison. And on the plus side, they have a good treatment program.
I got something to say. I'm gonna go.
And is it safe to say he's bound and determined to maintain his sobriety now?
Okay.
Yes.
So Ashton, the son that she's, saying was not afraid of police, who subsequently got, arrested, charged, and convicted for the theft of these lizard things, all of them. Apparently, he may have been on some substances, which is why I still want the footage of them shoving crocodiles down their pants, because y'all know it happened. And I just need. I think so. But the way things are so choppy, I'm hoping that they'll start putting things up in long form video so I can rewatch tonight at double speed and make some notes, because your notes are awesome, but I'm still confused a little bit.
I know.
What in the Joe Dirt?
Yes. This is what I
Listen,
feel it is.
the entire witness list, besides the first wife, have showed up in various states of interesting. So, oh my gosh. Oh,
I think
this is
this
so terrible.
That I can tell the smile on your face when
will be
you
Ashton's
say that.
biological
You
mom.
personally know how hard that is.
Yes, I do.
Ma'am, you are still in jail. You are not free from your issues.
I don't have any further questions. Thank you.
Trust.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, MLS, because, yeah, holy crap.
Right?
Salvador,
I would
look,
like
I'm
to
going to go.
too. It scared the piss out of me.
I am going out on a limb that they didn't do it safely. So I'm going to say they got some like cardboard boxes from Walmart, duct tape, and, bravery. That's about all that.
Ms. Borzik, the last thing that you just said, you personally know how hard sobriety is. I think that's what you just testified about.
Yes, I did.
How is that?
It's because I've been there.
You've been involved in
Oh,
controlled
totally. She
substances?
has the
I have,
Eileen
but
Warnos
I'm a recovering
starter
addict,
kit
yes.
outfit.
Was methamphetamine one of them?
Yes, it was.
They're not even Walmart people, they're
Methamphetamine
Dollar
can
General people. Ouch.
do a lot of damage to somebody.
It can.
I love that you say
Change their
ouch to that.
behaviors,
Ouch.
Yeah.
Make them act.
Remember
ways they
Kmart?
may not
I do
otherwise act.
remember Kmart.
Yeah, but
Acts
Kmart was kind of classy before,
aggressively.
like,
Yes.
it went
Act
hot.
violently.
Yeah.
Foundation.
If she has an opinion based on her experience, she can testify. If not, she should say she doesn't know.
Those I have never experienced personally myself, but have heard of those situations. Yes.
Did she just say she hasn't experienced sobriety, but she's heard of situations, or was I nodding off?
You heard that. I didn't hear all of that either.
Okay,
You know the-
well, okay, well, we're in Indiana. Like, we didn't get a Target for a while. Okay,
part was classy for a minute, and then it really went downhill.
yeah, believe me, there's like some stuff that happened there. It's like the Waffle House of retailers, if you will.
Now, earlier in the night on October 19th, you said the police had been at your residence.
Correct.
The residence right on Highway 10.
Correct.
And they were asking you about the animals.
Correct.
And at that time, you didn't know anything about them in your basement.
Correct.
And so you told the police, I don't know anything about them.
Yes.
And after they left, I think you said one of your sons came up to you
Correct.
and said, Mom, there are some animals in the basement.
Right.
And I think you said that Riley and Ashton had brought some animals over to your house.
Correct.
And during a phone call that you ultimately had with Danielle, you spoke with Tiffany during that phone call.
Yes, I did.
And actually, I want to back up. When you were talking with Danielle, you were, at some point, Danielle said, get rid of the animals
Yes, you did.
and let them loose.
Yes.
Kill them.
I don't recall how, it's been a while, but it was to let the animals go. I don't recall it was
Wait,
kill
what?
them.
I
Kill
was like,
them?
get rid of the animals.
So at some
I
point,
believe so, yes.
one of the 5 people that were on state not issued stimulants, someone found, so apparently this chick is where the lizards and alligator and all the crap was stored in her basement. And whoever found out that they were there wanted to just release them into the wild, which is, this is how we get pythons in frickin' Florida, people. Stop it. But also the fact that she wasn't like, I'd have been calling 911, the sheriff's department, every other people. Like there are critters in my basement. I am not even going to go down there. Y'all fix it. I mean, of course I wouldn't be distributing meth also, so I
Yeah.
don't know. But I'm just saying.
But could you imagine just like setting all these animals free on on the neighborhood?
Yeah, poor kid goes up and like, oh, it's a regular garden snake. Oh no, it's a boa constrictor.
Just
What the
latch it.
hell is wrong with these people? I cannot in the oh my gosh. Just
And
no.
at one point, you said you
Oh
couldn't
gosh, I
just
remember that
release
stuff.
some of the animals
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
because they were
I was like
poisonous.
high end.
Yeah, I
Yes.
know.
So even you knew that these animals were potentially dangerous.
After finding out about them, yes.
And during that phone call,
Times we need to come together to elevate
Are you
higher.
kidding me?
Introduce
They don't even give you a warning like, hey, asshole, it's gonna be a commercial. Cannot. Okay, Mads, you're right. Jamie's my people person.
Yeah.
I'm over here back here learning math and stuff. I'm sure that'll
I'll take care of it.
yeah. Yeah, releasing these animals out into the wild is how you get the Ninja Turtles. But
Exactly.
but it's Wisconsin, so it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be like when you order the Ninja Turtles from Wish.
I
It's
know.
gonna be they're gonna be all cross-eyed and crap. One's gonna have like a peg leg. It's just gonna it's a
Be all
bad no
inbred.
for flip's sake. If y'all want to know about sports ball and the WNBA, because I
About
know
ball. I love you.
it was the WNBA. It's not
Yeah.
like anyone's ever watched that to begin with.
Meth
Meth turtles. If I could draw, that would be like my my jam.
Oh my god, somebody draw Mo some meth turtles, please.
And yeah, I need to get famous enough that I can go to that artist and say, look, I would like you to draw the Ninja Turtles, but like they were released in the middle of Wisconsin and a nuclear disaster. Go.
I know.
Oh my gosh. What in the actual
I still have your card from Martha Sterling. Oh well, camera ain't playing. Ours had like the cafe with like the Little Caesars and stuff, and my mom loved taking us there for lunch. It's so classy.
You know what? You have like the $5 pizza. Hey, Little Caesars are a big family treat because I mean, you get 6 pizzas for like $30,
Yeah.
and that's usually what my husband and I do. And then we have lunch and dinner. I mean, they will attack a pizza like a pack of wild hyenas. but I don't have to cook.
I know people hate on Little Caesars around here but I like it. I think it's good.
Well, so if you have a family of 8 people and you try to get 6 pizzas, at like say Papa John's, I mean, you're spending $120. So it's not gourmet pizza, but it's pizza and the kids will eat it.
Tasty.
All right. Let's see if and we've got eye candy for y'all. So there's Chandler, or whatever her name is, wearing a skin tight green something or other. What in the actual figure skating is she wearing? I feel like she's going to do Swan Lake on ice skates here soon. I cannot with this people.
Speakers. Yeah.
She's like, I want to be classy and tasteful. How about this lime green number?
It's like vines on it. Is that like vines?
Her makeup artist is like, I don't even know what the hell to do. What do you do with? I can't even take attention from this dress. Like, what are you?
Let's get you back to the stolen reptile murder trial in Wisconsin.
You haven't given
Bill
us the stolen
Zelensky is
reptile
accused of
murder
shooting
trial
and
all
killing
day.
his girlfriend's son, 18-year-old Riley Powell. The prosecution claims that the motive was stolen reptiles.
So let's go back inside the courtroom right now. Deputy Andrew Thorpe on the stand. He actually responded to the crime scene.
We've had 14 witnesses today.
Not that we can't guess.
I am employed as
Wow, that
deputy
is
sheriff
a
at the Wapak County Sheriff's Office.
And how long have you been employed in law enforcement?
I began as a sworn law enforcement officer in 2001.
A what?
okay, sir. Okay, listen. As a fluffy person myself, look, sir, I am fluffy too, but your job is about running, and I do mean that quite literally, sir, not jogging or fast walking into danger. So, can you please just try a little for me? Because I don't want to know what happens when that button pings off. Because your neck's done just like broken bakers. Like, why do Americans hate have? We are well. Maybe it's a Wisconsin thing. I don't know.
I don't know.
There is something in the water up there. He brings a scooter to work. He's Paul Blart. Oh my god.
Aww.
That's
He is.
mean.
No.
He could. Yeah, I mean, look, we all gain weight as we age. I don't have a problem with it, but if you're going to be a police officer, I want to, in theory, think that you're not going to, let him get away and try to nudge him with your car or something if a guy runs from you. But you do have rookies sometimes, so maybe that is why you keep a rookie with you. He's like, no, I'm a training officer. You go run.
Like, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, the goatee is just it's not hiding as much as he thinks it's going to hide. I don't know. It was a choice. He was like, look, I'm a police officer and I've got to go in bald. I'm just saying. Standard operating procedure
Were
here.
you on duty on Monday, October 19th at approximately, 2020 at approximately 10:20 p.m.?
Yes, I was.
And did you respond to a call near Van and Shearer Street in the city of Wapaka?
Yes, I did.
What was the nature of the call?
The Wapak County Sheriff's Office Communications Center received a report from William Zelensky that he had confronted Riley Minente Powell at that area of Van and Shearer Street, that Mr. Minente Powell had attacked him and he shot him in the chest. At that time, he reported that he was still alive.
Do you know what time you arrived on scene?
About 10:23 p.m.
Were you one of the first officers on scene?
Yes, I was.
What did you observe when you arrived?
When I arrived, Officer Paul Shabelsky from the Wapaka Police Department had already arrived. He was tending
So,
to
time to get on a slightly serious topic, kind of side tangent, because I know we're shocked that's, but I'm kind of the opinion that Jocko Willnick is right, where he says that, police officers need to maintain a certain level of physical fitness to be able to deal with a lot of the things, because it looks like a lot of the police misconduct stuff is coming from these officers being out of shape, or maybe not having gotten enough training on how to, non-violently do some. I think it's judo or something, where you just, kind of use people's power against, I don't know, some sort of kung fu. They just need to learn it, deal with it, stay in shape. Look, if my job depended on me staying in shape, I would. I just feel like it's part of the job. And this is as a fluffy person who's working on deflating, but my job is, I'm also working on deflating to do my job better, taking care of these feral children.
Oh, I agree, because that kind of job, I mean, you have people's lives in your hands, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's just my 2 cents about it. I mean, if you feel like you're confident in your body language, oh, there we go. Well, I don't know, you know, whatever Kung Fu Panda does. This is also why I won't be running for
no,
any
because
sort of
I think
Senate.
like a lot of I feel like a lot of the things that happen is they get frustrated because they're not in shape. They can't move the way they
Yeah.
want to, and bad things
And
happen.
and look, y'all, I am generally this is not a anti-woman thing, but if you are 5'2" and 93 pounds, policing is not gonna be your job. I'm sorry. But you are teeny tiny. They need big buff dudes or women that look like they're linebackers.
Yeah.
Just saying. But yeah, I understand they won't, but who knows? Look, y'all, I am simply a person that talks on the internet. I have no answers or anything for that.
Yeah, and I don't know how
Well,
it
yeah,
works either.
yeah, but the Kim Potter was a perfect example. I mean, if she didn't have those guys around with her, I mean, he would have already have taken her. Well, he would have taken her taser actually, but I mean, it's just, yeah, it's a whole lot of stuff. That will be a Rumble exclusive. Mo explains how to make things better.
Injuries with a victim that was in the street. I recognize Mr. Zelensky from previous call and immediately directed my attention towards him. I could see that he didn't have any
Yeah.
weapons in his hand, but could not tell if he had any weapons on his person.
What did you do when you saw Mr. Zelensky?
I gave verbal commands. I called out by his first name, Bill, to get his attention, instructed him to get down on the ground with his arms out and his palms up, which is our typical surrender ritual that we will give when we're dealing with a potentially armed person to try to get them to comply with our instructions. He initially did not comply the first time I gave the commands, but on the second time he did give compliance, went down on the ground.
Oh,
as
please tell me
instructed.
there's body warm cam.
And put his arms out?
Yes, he did.
Had you drawn your service revolver at that time?
It's actually a semi-automatic pistol, but yes, I did.
I didn't know there was a
Revolver. This defense. Where in the hell is this prosecution from? Mayberry? She's like, did you take your wheel gun out? Your musket? Did anyone
Oh my god.
Did anyone think that this was a real trial? Were they all like, this is just for funsies? We're just gonna kind of muddle our way
Now,
through it.
When you arrive at a scene like that, what goes through a law enforcement officer's mind?
Our first objective is to stabilize the scene, which is making sure that the scene is safe. If there are any armed individuals on scene, we need to make sure that they're not going to cause additional harm to the other people that are still remaining on scene, cause harm to responders that are coming to try and help out the injured. So our first responsibility is to stabilize things. Next responsibility is to
Don't make me
engage in
run,
any kind
Bill.
of life-saving
Don't do
efforts, and then after that,
You know,
conducting
I don't think, I think that would have been
needs that
a near
must
thing
occur.
though. Like I ain't
That's
gonna
what
run.
happened.
Oh, hell no.
Did you learn that Mr. Zelensky did have some weapons on him?
Yes, I did.
And what were they and where were they?
Sergeant Bill Zemer and I handcuffed Mr. Zelensky to stabilize the scene just to assure that he could not access any other weapons, since he did report to the communication center that he had shot somebody. He had a pocket knife attached to the brim of his hat, a pocket knife
Pocket
in
knife.
one of his pants pockets.
How do you have a
and
pocket
then
knife
also
attached
had
to the brim of
a
your hat?
cylindrical holster type device on his
It's so my
waistband. Mr. Zelensky told us that that belonged to a taser type device.
Yeah.
He pointed out was on top of a car, and told us that the shotgun that was involved was in the front seat of the car.
And was it indeed in the front seat?
I do not know that. I did not.
What the heck are you doing?
Something that just sort of
What the
shoots out of your mouth because it was inadvertent. It was an accident. I can't believe that this happened. I can't
Yes,
believe
like
that I
you
did this.
just jumping
You
into
didn't get to
trials
use this
footage. I
at
cannot
the
believe
time.
it
It's not
just
as if you come
happened.
back 6 months later and say, well, I really thought about this and now I have a calculated particular answer for you. You have the ability to
I am
use that and then build
Oh my
from
God.
there,
Can we talk about the
especially if you're
glasses
making
behind back? Okay, come on, you work, you damn you thing. Okay, let me see if I can. Never mind. Oh my gosh. What?
But it's interesting because when I hear I cannot believe I shot him, I think it means I can't believe I shot him. He didn't attack me. He didn't have a gun. He didn't have a knife.
Well, it'd be
mean
cool if we could
so-
actually hear the witness say this, but apparently we're hearing y'all say it.
It is. In this case, I'm struggling in this case. All right, Jan.
I'm with you there.
People
Judge
are
Ashley.
dying.
Also, we were just showing video of Zelensky in court, Jack, and we see him in the wheelchair. We were talking about this. You know, he is moving around when they went, you know, when they go on breaks. He's moving around. He's looking at the gallery. He's waving at people in the gallery. He's moving his head. Now, we don't know exactly the reason why he is in the wheelchair, but people speculate maybe that is a show for the jury. How do you think that will come across, and will the jurors consider his state in the courtroom?
Oh, they sometimes will. I mean, one thing we all know from this, I mean, just because we've all been in courtrooms, the three of us, is that this
No, I don't
issue
think-
matters. Everything that happens in a courtroom, people see. I mean, it's happened to me before where I've had jurors after cases were over and come in and say, why did you wear those socks? I mean, it was really
I would
strange
be
when
that
you
juror
realize
too.
that. And I
I'd be
learned
like,
that
what
about
the
20
hell was
years ago
day
plus,
3?
where all
Who
of a
needs
sudden
you to
you
explain
realize
your
that the
entire
things
damn
that you do, the
outfit? What the
things
hell
your
was your wife
clients
on
do
like break?
really do matter. And so
Or
there are
husband?
those
I don't
times when I
care.
have
Either
these
way, was your
conversations, and they're long
support
conversations
person?
about
I
how you
don't-
dress, about how you handle yourself, about what you do when you're in court.
Like,
about
why
you,
are we
how you address
go back
not
to the
just
courtroom?
but how you look at the jury, or how you look at anybody around the jury.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
hoping that this defense attorney has been able to have this conversation, but it's also important to realize there are some times when we simply can't control our clients, and that can happen too. Client control is a really big deal and sometimes a really big challenge.
And he's doing things like the fidgeting, the moving around, the chewing on his nails. When law enforcement got on the stand, to your point, no matter what you say to people, they're going to do. We all have our stuff that we're going to do, whether we've been told to or not. All right, stay with us. Up next, cross-examination of the responding deputy. That's what we're going to bring you here on Court
We
TV.
didn't even get
No,
direct
30 minutes, 30 seconds.
Tonight on
I'm Court TV better. They better send it to Law and C Word because I'm gonna lose my dadgone mind.
I know.
All I can think with the wheelchair though is I don't know if you watched that King of the Hill episode where Bill was told that he was going to get the beatus and lose his legs. So then he just went ahead and got himself a wheelchair, even though he can walk. And he just started sitting in the wheelchair, and everyone said, "Oh, I guess Bill can't walk anymore." So they like refigured all of his house. You know, he started playing murder ball with the wheelchairs and stuff. And so he got his diabetes all fixed and taken care of, but he liked being in the wheelchair because it got him attention.
I feel like I've probably seen it before, but yeah, it's
Yeah, hopefully tomorrow. So, guys, David called the court, and since he's an actual lawyer with like a number and everything, they would probably take his call more than mine. So they gave him an email of their media person because I guess Court TV is doing a feed, but there's just one that's doing the regular, just like straight old video camera in the courtroom. So we can, skip the 17th Ram commercial. Unless you need a truck, then I guess it's Ram season, y'all. So
Yeah, this is real bad.
it was real bad. Oh, and we also, so if you are going to be on the rewatch crew, um, at the beginning, we got to see a panel with Jody Arias's, I call him beanbag lawyer or jelly bean lawyer, but the one that always had the really loud suits on and things like that. Well, he is a panelist and he's lost a lot of weight, but now he still gives off the shifty vibes. He still looks a whole lot not trustworthy.
Yeah, he looked weird. Don't get me wrong, I love people when they get in shape and get skinny, but sometimes when you just like lose a ton of weight like that, you just look super weird.
Hey, I am a law student. They didn't ask me of what law, like law tube. And then you guys, I have a hard stop at 4:45, so I will probably be ending the stream there because I've got to get my oldest from her job. I feel bad for my oldest because we had like savings to help her get a car when, she started driving. Now she would have to share with her sister because we can't get everyone a car. But then everything happened and cars are now like $1,012,000, even the used ones.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God dang it. I am a student of lawful law.
Costs more to
David,
put gas in them than it does to buy them half the time too.
I know. And then you've got like these POS cars that are selling for $30K.
You're like, what?
You're like, I'm confused. This is more rust than car.
Oh,
I am a student of the lawful law. I feel like we need decoder rings or something that say lawful law.
Everyone needs coffee mugs.
We do.
So anyways, well, you got a lot of viewers on this today at least.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I know everything will start up again tomorrow, but I'm hoping you guys will come back. We will be doing this case. I am also covering the Delphi murder case, but that's more in depth, and I'm going to be going over the probable cause affidavits of Letitia Stelk and then Richard Allen, the suspect that they have in custody for the Delphi case. And I want to compare and contrast because Letitia Stelk's probable cause affidavit was 32 pages. Richard Allen's is 3 pages. And if you didn't get to see my stream where I went over it, it was definitely it's definitely one that you need to go through and kind of experience for yourself because what they have a whole lot of nothing right now, according to the probable cause affidavit. But let's see if we can get one more minute of court time before I have to leave.
Be live. We are getting back to the testimony in the Wisconsin courtroom where the defendant, Bill Zielinski, is charged with first-degree intentional homicide for allegedly shooting his girlfriend's son, Riley, to death back in October 2020.
Zielinski claims that Riley had stolen guns and exotic animals
Oh
from
my
him that were worth
Jesus, it's almost like we could get all the way through the trial if they didn't do this every time. And I don't need to see his armpit hair anymore.
of the shooting.
Like there,
We're gonna
he
get you
looks
back into
normal in
court.
that
We're gonna go
picture.
back in and
Why the
pick up
hell
with
didn't they just let him be
cross-examination of
that
the
person?
responding deputy first to the scene, Andrew Thorpe.
We play on the side of caution to make sure that we know that there are not additional shooters present. It's good information, but it's not gospel.
You knew that there was at least a shooter.
Correct.
And Bill was a shooter.
Correct.
And so when you arrived on scene to stabilize it, there was an intention to stabilize Bill.
That is correct.
Correct.
And then other law
Bill was
enforcement officers
unstable,
could
is that what
attempt
you're
to
saying?
stabilize the rest of the scene.
Oh, dear Lord, this is not a face to be having. Look at this panel. Okay, I'm going to have to shake it. But let's end on this panel because this looks like one of those diet pills like when you see on Facebook. So, like, you just take 2 gummy bears and you end up looking like this guy. I'm going straight to hell, but oh my God.
Who cares? Well, I'll be there with you.
Yeah. Well, guys, this is going to be it for this stream today. I'm going to start up with this tomorrow and I'll finish up this. Hopefully what I'll be able to do tomorrow, to be very honest with you, is they will have the full live feed and I will probably go back and see what we missed and then maybe do a morning stream where we're going over everything we missed. And then start the morning and the afternoon and maybe do an evening stream. I'm not quite sure, but we have gotten very little information.
Ridiculous.
Even with Murph's Turf doing awesome things and giving me little, slides to show everyone, the way they've chopped this up. So we have 2 options tomorrow. Hopefully Law and C Word will be done from their Juneteenth celebrations. Or David did he called the courthouse using his legal, ID and everything, and they might give him a way to route into the big media thing and just get the media stream.
Yeah.
Without it. I am not sure if I'm going to do a stream tonight since I've been on all day today. And I might need to help Mr. Mo put a new dishwasher in. Apparently we got a new one.
So are you playing it by ear tomorrow with the splitting of streams if you're going to do it?
If David can get it on his stream, then what I'll do is probably start at, I will think about it and get back to you probably around 6, to be honest. Salvador seems to be the best time, 6 or 7. That's tomorrow. I haven't even planned tomorrow day.
Well, you're a big YouTube star now. You got to plan out your weeks now.
Well, so for Tuesday and Thursday, what I will probably do and what I was discussing is I will probably do all the Delphi things as standalone videos just so I can stay on stream of thought. Now, how I'm planning to do things for the rest of this trial and any other Walmart, people of Walmart trials, is I will do mornings. And then for the rest of summer break, I will do evenings in the evening with assorted people. That way I have an afternoon to do kind of family stuff and make sure they're not burning down the house. So those are my goals. And I will see you all in a little bit. Have a good day. And if y'all want to continue to watch Court TV, I'm just hoping that they are going to put full recordings up because I feel all at sea.
I've seen a few so far.
Okay, good deal. All right. Well, bye, guys. And expect the probable cause affidavit video to probably drop tomorrow in the afternoon. That way I know tomorrow is so far away. What am I going to do? But Salvador, that's what I'm planning to do since you know a lot about lizards and reptiles and stuff. I figured we could do the evenings. We can do the afternoon shift if we get it for the love at 1.25. So those are the things. Bye everyone. Have a good day. I am going to go get my oldest daughter and try to figure out what we're going to have for dinner. Cause right now I'm like, hot dogs, anyone?
Sounds delicious.
Bye guys.
Bye.